wizardry. Let us show you what you might have missed.
Yeah, boy! And it looks like we are, in fact, live.
Oh, we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Man, my fucking voice sounds rough. To another episode of Ardy and Fist. We are here steadily decaying as we continue navigating. Something. That was a pretty good intro, man.
That all started because you used to start the streams with Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist.
Ardy and Fist.
That's why we have that theme song.
Yeah,
you would just
that's
do
right.
that, like the little spurg that you are, and then, like the even littler spurg that I am, had to put it on my own shoulders to make something new twice a week. That's what I did to myself.
It's delightful, really. And look how it has grown, like a benign tumor or some kind of fungal growth. Spreading out. The tentacles reaching into the ears of people all over the world. Well, I mean, not all over the world, I suppose.
In the white parts of the world.
In the best white parts of the world.
I don't know if I have a racial breakdown of my demographic, but I know that I believe it's 98% men.
What a surprise! What a surprise! Got a lot of Foids listening to your channel. Do you Ardy? Right? Like, listen, chat. Right? What Ardy doesn't want you to know is he actually has like a second channel where he does like maternity advice and stuff. Right? And he has like an ASMR, another channel that's like just ASMR, like.
What a great idea.
Just
That's such a good idea. An advice channel for things I exclusively know nothing about.
I mean,
I could do that. An advice channel.
Yeah,
Fellas,
that advice
super
episode.
chat some advice that you need. We'll test that out tonight. Because we're gonna need some help tonight, fellas. All right.
You said an advice channel. I thought you meant like a vice channel, right? Like you do documentaries where you go to like Nigeria and stuff and try and buy like PCP.
That would involve my beautiful plush cheeks leaving the chair, Fist. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Okay.
Now
it's
listen,
a little too adventurous for me.
That could be the hook, right? We could super glue you to your chair and make out like you're disabled. Okay. And then we could send you to like Haiti and film the hilarious results.
Yeah, but do you think people would really believe I'm disabled?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, they absolutely would.
okay.
Wait,
Well,
what kind of disability are we talking here?
thought you were gonna deliberate a little bit, but okay. I thought you're gonna mull it over, think about it, but that's a parent answer. Okay, good
I
to
don't know,
learn
chat.
in front of everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, you mean like a mental disability or a physical disability?
I don't want to ask. I don't want to know. I want to have confidence during the stream. Okay, you're already crawling inside my head over here.
You have severe. I'm afraid, sir. You have severe artification. It's the worst case we've ever seen.
I'm kidding, of course, fellas. I like being embarrassed so much. We actually should just do these supers right now because this is going to lead into what I'm doing tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So-
Okay. Well, let's hang on. I got to get to the bottom of the
So
list.
now,
Holy God! Look at this
yeah.
already.
Now hold on
Great.
before you drop that. Okay. Actually, no. Do the gifteds first.
Okay. So we have your mom's legs. Your mom's legs.
Dar she be a giver.
Oh, he be
She
a giver.
Me mother be old Ironsides, old 5 foot 205 pounds of her, I tell you.
Many's the time I've laid awake dreaming of your mom's legs and the times we used to have together.
And how they be given. And just like that, fellas, we have, in fact, our first Chad of the chat.
Now the Chad does what the Chad wants, and no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
Now go to the next one. Yeah.
That's why I suspect that I may, in fact, be your father, Ardy. And
Dar, she did sail the 7 seas.
She did sail the 7 seas.
She do be getting around the globe.
The foamy deep.
My poor mother's legs, indeed.
Kill all bunnies. 10 membership. Thank you, bros.
My mom's legs
amazing.
kill all bunnies. Now, I feel like there's a reason why you're doing this, okay? And it's because tomorrow, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing it, fellas. I'm doing the Hard R members-only stream to watch a video I made from February 5th of 2018. Here's what I said in that video. Do you want to know what Asians culturally assimilate the best? Indians. Okay? Not really suitable for the public, okay? Now if that interests you, okay? Well, it goes a little bit deeper than that. And I'll defend that fucking point till I fucking die. Well, that's kind of gonna be tough to defend, but I'm actually gonna let fellas. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna let fellas come up on the mic and hang out as we're watching it to trash me. Okay, now I can't get any worse than that, can it? I love Indians. Okay, well, who hasn't said that? We've all said we love Indians before, right?
Listen,
Hold
Ardy, right?
Hold on. This is the worst. Let me just give them the worst. This is the teaser right now. It also gets this bad in a single sentence. Defend that fucking point till I fucking die. I love Indians. Bring in fucking boatloads of Indians. I can't listen to it's going to be so difficult. Bring in boatloads of Indians. I'll defend it till the day I die. I got to remember. I got to try and think of what I was thinking about then. Okay? Maybe a lot was going on then, possible. Hopefully a breakup. I got to really investigate what was going on.
The soy was very strong with you, clearly.
I wasn't soy. I was arguing with black people about the N-word a year later. You can see that in the lore playlist that's in the description. I wasn't soy. That's the thing. I was this weird mutated variant. I was like the short-lived Delta variant of COVID, you know? It just came and went. There wasn't many of us, but we existed somewhere out there in the ether. I swear.
Gonzo Ardy, basically. Should we do the other super
Yeah,
chats?
we oughta.
We got more. Deep Calm for $5. Thank you, mate.
Oh, monkey, bruv.
Good evening, fellas. Got one headphone out to listen for my wife in case I hear ice being thrown or children calling out for help. Oh,
how does he know what's going to be in the stream? How does he know?
Listen.
How does he do it?
Listen, right. I thought my heart had been hardened. Okay, right. I see a lot of terrible shit on the internet, but like researching for this, Ardy's like, oh, what's happening with that? I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it turns out I still do have feelings.
Hey, remember
God.
when you used to have to go to like Ogrish or the YNC to look at like death videos? Remember those days? Remember when it wasn't just on the same platform that the president uses to communicate? It's weird times we're living in.
Tacit Tempo for $5. Hey, Tacit Tempo. All Floyds are sued. My advice is for them to leave the internet.
Good advice. Good advice. But
And leave
unfortunately,
the institutions. Yeah.
they're sucking up a lot of air out of the room with their big, flat, black, wide noses, and we still have to cover it. Can you believe, Fist, that we still have to talk about Candace Owens? Can you believe it? Aren't you so ready? Aren't you so ready for like a meteor to hit or anything else happen so we can get past this part of the news cycle?
I just don't care. Like
Third party, bro. We had to talk about the third party.
No, I know. We have to talk about the Turd party. It's going to be libertarian, bro. Don't you know they believe in like freedom of speech and like free markets and shit? What the fuck does that even mean? Oh my god.
They want to work with the left. That's what it is.
This is a problem with covering politics for this long. Every single time some like party or whatever comes out with like we believe in X, my immediate response is what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And it means nothing. What it means is like give your magical piece of paper to us and then we'll work it out on the back end. Killer Bunnies for $10.
He be blowing.
Everyone who received a membership is now legally required to bully Ardy on tomorrow's stream.
Yep.
Bullying on today's stream is also appreciated. Now, this is absolutely true. I checked with Sol Sheckelstein, Channel's lawyer, and you are, in fact, if you have just received a membership, legally bound to come onto the stream and bully Ardy for his ridiculous takes.
Very fortunately, I'm not a black guy, or else they would force me to dress up like a woman. You know, that's what they. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, the list goes on.
That's
Jamie
right.
Foxx.
Yeah, exactly. Johnny Two Ducks for $10.
Or he be blowing.
Thank you, mate. At Miscegenator King, my wife is Polish. I'm Irish. Which one of us is bleaching?
These questions could go on forever. I love them.
Listen, it's like when you get like 2 cans of off-white paint and you mix them together, and it's just off-white, right?
No, the Poles are what? The Poles aren't white. They're too
I'm
Eastern.
I'm just joking. I like the Poles.
I don't know the rules.
And I like the Irish. Although Ireland, when I went there, was really fucking depressing. Like personally, so I don't know. But yeah,
A little too black.
It's just really bleak. But when I was in Dublin, right, they were like just starting the sort of the social engineering. So they were like cutting down all the. I don't know if you. Well, I was going to say I don't know if you've ever been to Dublin. Stupid fucking question. But in the center of Dublin, there's this big quote unquote sculpture that just looks like a massive heroin needle, like reaching into the sky. Like it's a dystopian place. Molly gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Molly.
Oh my lord! It's almost like you guys want me to like get made fun of tomorrow. You guys are unbelievable.
Also, bros, Molly feeling a bit down. He lost his dog, which is sad for any fella.
Hopefully he finds it.
F's in the chat, healing hands in the chat for Molly. I hope you're all right, mate. What else have we got? Your mum's legs. Give it another 10 memberships.
Oh boy, it's gonna be rough.
I better use the.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm probably gonna have to hit the bottle tomorrow during stream. Okay, it's gonna be behind the paywall. It's really tough to get through. I'm blushing talking about it right now. Okay, it's really tough to get through. And here's the funny thing: even if there's ops that get like memberships, yes, absolutely. It's fun to make fun of people. I enjoy being made fun of, but I need to give people more things to make fun of me about. You know?
Yeah.
That's the issue.
You know. Sport Nugget for $5. It's me. I'm the boy who makes wishes that for just one stream, Ardy can't break TOS. I'm nearly 200 years old. Wish me happy birthday.
Do you know what that's referencing?
I do not.
On my solo streams, have you seen the movie Liar Liar? With Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Probably aged out of that movie at that time. So his son makes a wish on his birthday that his dad can't lie for 24 hours. And so Jim Carrey will be trying to lie sometimes. And so the color of this, he's writing down, the color of this pen is red, even though it's a blue pen. So he's trying to lie and he can't lie. And he goes, the color of this pen is... And so now I'll do that if I'm going to say like the F slur or the N word, where I'll go to try and say it. And I go, thank God there's a kid that blew out his candles that prevented me from breaking TOS tonight. And that's the story.
Okay. Couple from Molokay. The soy is strong. Thank you, mate.
Yeah,
and Ardent Party for 5 Canadian loonies. Had my biggest live audience for Fandom Friday today. 10 whole real people. Check me out on Rumble, X, and YouTube. Like the stream, repeal the 19th ASAP. And
the fellas be nice.
Memphis for 8 months. It's been a while. Hope you fellas have been well. Became an uncle today. Oh, congratulations!
Wow,
man. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a lot of work you have to put into being an uncle. You know, it's going to be a real tough life ahead of you. You know, changes your life completely.
Don't say that, you dick. Listen, I hope the mother and the child are both doing well.
Yeah, you didn't have to do it. I told you I'm bad at this. I told you.
You'd be the kind of person who'd like turn up at a funeral and be like, so, you know, remember that time when you like got
it's
really
worse.
drunk?
I don't even go to funerals because I know how insufferable I am. That's how. Yes, I save other people. I'd rather they be mad at me than me go to a funeral. Okay.
So what you're saying, Ardy, is that
Yes.
if there was a funeral that you wished to disrupt, right? Like say you've had a really, really bitter divorce, right?
Okay.
We could hire you to come to a funeral and be like yourself, essentially.
Yeah, nobody would enjoy me around I would really stand out. Probably
Could be a bit of a moneymaker. I'm just saying, right? You know,
I guess.
ruinyourfunerals.com. Yeah?
I didn't think people would want to pay to hear me talk. Sure, they can fucking pay to have me ruin their funerals. All right, you never know what's gonna happen.
You've got.
But seriously,
like
I was gonna have some slop for us, but something happened that's not very sloppy, fellas. So, Projax said, "Is that this morning? It is this morning. We are on our way to return to the land. The airport and plane is full of scoundrels. It's been an absolute Anglo-Muggery spectacle. Pilot is a white baldy, though. We are good. Now, what I just found out a couple hours ago, so what? 7 hours after they're on the plane, Eric Arval drops, RTTL is suing the government. I haven't even had time to watch this. It just came out. It's so fresh out the oven.
And is suing federal government. Our private membership association, dedicated to preserving our shared European heritage and fostering community for people of European descent, has been under ongoing, open-ended, onerous, capricious, and expensive state and federal investigations for months. The process we're being dragged through is itself a punishment, and it's being selectively targeted at us. This is a clear case.
So this is it, fellas, okay? Now, with all the groypers and all of the people counter-signaling, going, oh, it's not going to work, this is attempting to set precedent.
Yeah.
This is seeing what they are made of, and it's not like that they're not prepared for this. They are prepared for this. And so this is it. Now, I think let me see what he has to say.
Of disparate treatment. Other ethnic and racial groups have their own exclusive communities and associations. We've documented them. And yet they are not being subject to the same kind of invasive government intervention that we are. Why is that?
This is probably a terrible time to say this. Someone said they need some mooish lawyers. Apparently, Gavin McInnes hooked him up with a mooish lawyer. That's what Gavin McInnes said. The clip is somewhere. I found it like 2 weeks ago.
It's because our views are controversial. It's because we're white, and they think they can get away with it. We will not tolerate this conspiracy on the part of state actors to deprive us of our civil rights, of our constitutional rights to free expression.
I've always loved
and free association.
How Eric Arval is using liberalism against itself. This is where I got this idea from of how can you be a liberal and not support whites collectivizing, right? Liberals are supposed to have a fairness principle, and so there is no liberal because no liberals are doing that.
Oh my God, I've been watching these liberal cucks on Twitter. Again, Lindsay's like, you know, I mean, he just.
Oh, you're thirsty, like, are you?
No, I'm just. It's so weird. They're so strange. Like you could literally, like their house could literally be on fire. Mm-hmm. And if it was illegal to put the fire out, they'd be like, well, I guess we'll die.
Well, where do you think they get their legalism from?
Oh, oy vey. Oy vey. Yeah.
If you believe in freedom, whether you agree with us or not, you want us to win this case. Jewish people, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, they all want the same right to freely associate, to have their own communities. They do have their own communities. And if we want to keep that right going forward, it's important that we win this battle. So in the Eastern District of Arkansas, we are suing the U.S. Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division, Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Arkansas Securities Department, and the Arkansas Attorney General, Tim Griffin, all of whom have open investigations into us. We're suing them for declaratory and injunctive relief. They have conspired to drag us through the ringer, cost us a bunch of money because they disagree with us. And we are going to make sure they have to decide once and for all whether what we're doing is legal or illegal. If they, despite the mountain of case law and evidence that we've accrued,
right, like we've shown, this stream essentially started with Return to the Land. That was the first stream that we did.
Yeah.
And we were pointing out wouldn't it be racist if the roles were reversed because of Freedom Georgia or whatever? And there's got to be so many examples of the government being aware of these other groups doing this and doing nothing. And,
I mean, come on, right? Like, doing nothing. They're just doing to the whites what Mao was doing to the sparrows. Right? They're just going around destroying their nests, speeding the trees, making sure none of them can settle down, right? Like, oh my God, there's some sparrows over there. You know what they really need? Wolverines, right? Like, what do you mean it's bad to house sparrows next to wolverines and hawks? What are you, racist? Look, this is clearly
anything but that. Please let my people die out before I'm called racist. Please, anything but that.
Yeah. Please. I mean, not anything but that. Fucking.
Supporting our case for the legality of our framework, if they decide, despite our best efforts, paying thousands of dollars to lawyers over years to try to do this the right way, if they decide, no, we're shutting you down, well, then that's going to radicalize a lot of people. That's going to close certain doors and pathways, and it'll tell us where we really stand. And that's a much better state of affairs than where we are now, this anarcho-tyranny where they selectively apply the law, they selectively target people for investigations in a politicized way. We can't have that. They're going to have to either say what you're doing is illegal, we're going to shut it down, or it's legal, and then that opens the door for white Americans all over the country to have their own communities without worrying about being prosecuted and persecuted by government. So if you want to support us in this fight, we're going to go all the way with it, and it's going to be expensive. Support us at givesendgo.com/RTTL-legal-fees. Whether you agree with us or not, whether you like me or not, you want Americans to have the right to freely associate. It's going to be a better country. Listen, if we have different communities expressing their values, able to live the way they want, that's a richer place. That's a better place.
Isn't that freedom? The freedom to be left alone and choose who you want to associate with? Why is it?
What you need to understand is that freedom is a construct of white supremacy. And the way to get proper freedom is to kill off all the whites, you see. And then once we have achieved the South Africanification of the United States of a nation, then we will finally be free. Land back.
Oh, you're on the payroll of the Jews.
Place than one where people are forced together against their will. We can't have that. This is such an important battle. Jewish people should support it. Black people should support it. Asian people should support it. We should all be behind this. And actually, when I talk to average people of all races who know about Return to the Land, who have heard about it, the vast majority of them are supportive. So I think it's against government's interest to rule against us here. It would also be contradictory to what government has already done in our case, because actually we've already been investigated for alleged violations of the FHA. The Arkansas Fair Housing Commission already opened their investigation and closed it, and they found no evidence of wrongdoing. Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin, his office, announced that after...
I just love the idea that they're like, you have to let blacks in. You have to let blacks and moos in around you.
Yeah.
You can't choose who lives around you. That in and of itself does not secure you your value of your home going up. How many people, it's very difficult to get a mortgage. How many people got a mortgage 20 years ago back when it was more affordable, but then a bunch of blacks move in? And it's like, oh, well, this is lowering my property value. Well, you can't say that. It's nothing but losses.
For months of investigation, they found zero evidence of wrongdoing. That's because from day one, we have tried our best to abide by the law. So if despite exonerating evidence in our favor, if government still unilaterally decides to attack us and deprive us of our rights, I don't think the American people will like that very much. And so the American people need to know that this is happening. If you can share this video, it would be tremendously helpful. If you can chip in to the legal battle, it would be such a benefit, not just to us, where, our necks are on the line. We're risking it all and stand to gain basically nothing except the same rights we're
living
for you too.
Our houses.
And these government actors have really shown themselves to be sloppy and morally bankrupt. HUD especially, it's been ridiculous.
That feels true because they are like callously and like hurrying up and try to do this like litigation. So I assume that it is very sloppy because they know that they have unlimited respawns and resources, and they're going to have to.
It's sloppy because they have essentially passed the law without passing a law, right? And the law is whites are not allowed to collectivize at all. Any white group has to have blacks in it. Like that is the law. Okay,
it's unwritten, but feels true.
They can't explicitly say it, not only because that would be, very illegal under the Constitution and stuff like that. So instead they've done this like secondary thing where they just act like that is the law and just create incredibly like increasingly circuitous justifications for it.
You wouldn't happen to have any examples of that in the UK, would you? Or is that like a uniquely American phenomenon?
It's all over the West. There's people in the UK that are trying to do Return to the Land. The Woodlander Initiative, I don't know how it's going. I would be very, very surprised if they don't get shut down by like the Charities Commission or something. But I don't know. Maybe they have like a loophole I'm not like aware of. But they've already started in with the hit pieces like, did you know that in the UK, a bunch of white racists in the middle of nowhere are deciding to build a little community? Oh my God, that's exactly how Mustache Man got started.
Well, this is what's funny. In the first stream that we did with Return to the Land, he's like, I think Eric Arbol is like dancing and playing the flute, and it's like, you guys couldn't like show him chopping wood or holding a sharp object. They showed him just like playing the clarinet or something, and it's like, oh no, not that. Oh, we can't let this guy prance around playing the clarinet in the woods. Oh no.
That expose was so fucking surreal. That was our first live stream, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Man, so surreal. Like they just go in. It's just a bunch of like white people building like a little settlement, and they're like
they like fly a black and a moo there, and they're like, so we're not invited. And it's like, who does this? I don't come to your home and ask if I'm invited in your home. Why do you have to? Do you want to be here? They're like, no. What is this antagonization about?
It's so fucking passive aggressive. Like,
oh yeah,
So to start with, they sent us the wrong letter. They actually sent us by mistake.
Oh, they're sloppy.
That was supposed to go to the EPIC community, the Muslim intentional community or housing development in Texas. And that letter was short. It was apologetic. It was saying, we're going to have to look into you. It's basically a formality. Now, that's an actual real estate development. People are making millions of dollars out of that. And they were advertising it as an exclusive religious community. Arguably, that could have been a violation of the FHA. But HUD was very, very soft on them, and they actually did close their investigation after only 2 months. HUD's investigation of us has been open since February, and despite full compliance, we've given them everything. The letters we get from them are hostile, threatening. We tried to...
Very COVID-era letters. Remember, like, during COVID, where in the United States, they couldn't make us get the shot. But the letters that I saw some of my friends get made it really seem like they had to, even though it didn't technically say they had to. So they can very like malicious messaging like that from the government I've seen.
Yeah, well, they like to do that. This is one of the consequences of legalism. As the law gets complex to the point where no one person can understand it, it takes on this sort of like color of law, essentially, where they come along and they just like, well, the law says this, and the average person like, well, shit, I'm not a lawyer. You're seeing this in the UK like a lot now with like the short female police officers and the non police officers. They just do whatever the fuck they want. They've got like no knowledge of the law whatsoever.
And so Eric Arwell says, shared the video, let people know I'm happy to go on any and all podcasts to discuss and give further information. The man really does go on. It's the same reason why I like Andrew Wilson. He has talked throughout the years to like anybody, high and low. And Eric Arwell has the same principle in doing so. So we can do some Subies and then go on to some Moo Watch. Let's lighten this up with some Moo Watch. What do you say?
Yeah, let's lighten this up with a little Moo Watch. We love a little Moo Watch around here. It's Rachel. Hey, Rachel Wilson for $10.
Oh, hello there.
Good to see you, Rachel. Yeah, have a praying Pepe. If you start to feel bad about yourself, just remember that because I picked two guys who turned out to be duds more than 2 decades ago, I'll have to hear 3 baby daddies until the day I die.
Dude, this is what I try to explain to people, where we're like you wouldn't be able to handle like what they're trying to dig up on the Wilsons, constantly digging into their lives in front of everybody, and then everyone's like, well, I mean, it's all fair. It's like I think it's a bit gratuitous, okay? And the right is saying, the quote unquote right, the third partyists, let's start to call them, are saying 100% of the same stuff that the left has said about them for the past fucking 4 years. So it's pathetic.
Listen, Rachel, at least you did well on the third go around, right? Like, you got there in the end, and that's
third strike and you would have been out, right? God has a strict 3 strikes rule. Okay, that was close. Third strike and you would have been out of there. That was a close one.
That's nice. I hope you will, Rachel. Eric in Green Moon for 50 knock. I hope he wins. If his group wins here, it'll be a big win. Whether we want to support them directly or not, it's about the precedent after all. I mean, see, I'm cynical enough to basically think that if they win, the next thing that'll happen is they'll try and like change state law to like specifically outlaw them.
What are you talking about? They'll just take their ball and go home. That's what the government normally does, right?
Of course they will, right? Like,
it's gonna cost, but it's gonna cost the government way too much money to endlessly litigate, right?
Yes, man. The people who literally print the money are going to run out of money to litigate with. Yeah, that is absolutely a thing that's going to happen.
They take my money and print their own money. I've been saying this for a few years to people, where I'm like, they don't need they take my money just to oppress us. They don't need our money. No, it's just to keep us low.
They take your money to keep inflation down, Ardy. That's and so that they can channel the money they have towards causes that they support.
To channel the money, it really is a magic superpower.
Basically, yeah. Matty Eyes for $10.
There he blows, fella.
I really like Arvol, and I like the attempt to introduce a formalism to this double standard. I hope their case will be more than just imagine if the roles were reversed in a beautiful oak room. I mean, if they do win, I mean, like, they might have to fight this all the way to the fucking Supreme Court, right? It'd be like fucking hilarious to have like Clarence Thomas basically arguing for white rights. That would be so fucking, because
we would
right?
eat on that. We must eat.
I bet you any money Clarence Thomas would come out and be like, this is highly unjust, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Matty Eyes again for another $10.
There he goes, fella.
It's not that you're unable to choose who lives around you. You can't even use irrelevant things like criminal history as a proxy because of Griggs versus Duke power. Godspeed, return to land. Yeah, it is amazing the way like Western countries, like the proxies that they use to determine like how many nons are in an area so that they don't have to like, it's like, are there a lot of people who enjoy basketball in this area? How many
seemingly innocuous things?
Like in the UK, there are like metrics you can use, like how many chicken shops are there, and are there any mosques in your area? And,
wait, they like chicken in the UK as well?
Oh yeah, the Muzzies as well. They love chicken because they can't eat pork. You see what I'm saying, right? So
Yes.
when the muzzies move in, you get a proliferation of chicken shops and all the pubs close down. And then they replace the pubs with these like dessert shops that just serve all this like sugary sweet crap. That's why there aren't like hardly any pubs like where I am. And I love it, obviously, you know. Clarington Mundo the Third.
All right. Don't say no to that.
I think you're new. Welcome. Like the stream, you bush watchers.
Yeah,
Right.
bushwatcher.
Yeah, bush watchers. Otherwise, we'll get a drop bear on you.
It's worse than navel gazing. A bushwatcher. Wow.
Listen,
Below the belly button.
you don't want to mess with a drop bear. They're fucking they're bad. They're like wombats, but like much larger. Live in trees. Fucking once they get their claws in you never get them out, mate. Kenrick for $20.
Thank you, bruv.
Do either of you watch Old Sterling? He goes over old documentaries showing how long certain groups never did nothing. The story about the projects in the 80s are wild. I don't
That
have
sounds
enough
delicious.
time. I don't have enough time to watch content because I'm too busy streaming. But I did watch some of his things where he did like Murdoch retrospectives. They were amazing. I love Murdoch so much. Right, what else have we got? Okay, oh no, wait, I think we got one more.
DPK?
Deadpool Kid for $5. Oy vey, this man is trying to use the legal system to enact more of white supremacy. I wasn't promised this kind of abuse. Oh, mate, terrible. Somewhere out there's a group of white people gathering together to like be peaceful. Truly, it's another shower.
Right? Yeah, it's a super villain that thinks it's a hero. What is that?
Fuck.
What is that out there? I have to go and stop it.
Total blackout painting.
Oh, thank you, bro.
$20 PvP. Good to see you, mate. It's Friday, my dudes. Rejoice. I have been learning all day long on X why the femmes are in favor of post-birth abortions as long as the woman is sad. Repeal the 19th already. Oh,
are you ready for the dead baby talk later on? You ready?
dude.
You ready for it?
No.
No?
Like
All
I
right.
said,
I'll have to
right?
raise
Like,
the spirits around it. I'm dead inside, so it's different.
oh, mate. Fucking, nah, it's too much. Taz Dembo for $5. Praying for your patience fist. America drives me crazy, and you all got it like 100 times as bad. The grape thing alone would mess me up for good. Yeah. Well, actually, as I'm covering later in this episode, it does seem like the general population has finally fucking had enough. It's the vibe shift is quite amazing. So I don't know. It is moving at least. Thank goodness. New GM for $10.
And you know it's rocking everywhere.
It is indeed rocking everywhere. Hey, the fellas are much more of ball washers than bushwasher. Keep it correct, fella.
Thank you. Gotta wash the ball somewhere.
And Isaac for $5. Hey, man. I love Murdoch. I know a person who knows William Pierce, the father figure of the show. Oh
Wow.
my God. That episode, I think it's called Race Jam, where William Pierce like coaches the basketball team is peak. If none of you have watched Murdoch, you can find them on the web. They've got like a website with all the stuff like archived. I think it's murdoch-murdoch.com or something like that. Check out Race Jam. It's mate, it's peak. And Lung for $5.
Oh, thank you,
no
bruv.
message. Thank you very much. Right, super chat's achieved.
Moo watch.
Okay, so today on Watching of the Moos, we have this sample, the Rabbi Shmulius, who it's fucking, man, every single time this guy opens his fucking mouth, like, I don't know, I don't even know what to say to this.
Let me be
I
clear.
love it.
For thousands of years, we Jews have developed an insidious mental construct that we need to be loved. We need everyone to like us. Now, that was
Hold on.
Really, bro? Like
Hold on.
really?
Are we joking? Are we giving up the secrets right now? I don't even. it's like such a meta irony where I don't know if he's joking or not.
He's not joking. He's not joking, right? He
Why would someone say that?
He thinks that the European Mooish experience of trying not to antagonize the Christians whilst living among them as a foreign population is the same as getting them to love them. It's not the same thing at all. And because of this weird psychosis they have about European history, right? When Israel was formed, they basically decided that, right, everyone's going to like fear us now. The thing is, right, this is not ahistorical at all. Every single time they wind up in control of a country, they don't make good leaders. They seem to have this weird, they're like women. They have this idea that, oh, you know, if we were in charge of a country, right, like it would be like hecking wholesome and awesome. And it never is. There's no...
And it's observable because even women don't like women. This is what I used to say about the left. I'm like, we watch the left fight with each other even the left doesn't like the left.
It's just weird. It's just weird.
Machiavelli said 500 years ago in Florence that you should want to be loved and feared. But if you have to choose, and October 7th has forced us to choose, then you need to choose being feared over being loved. The Jewish people have to be feared. Hamas has to fear the IDF.
Like Hamas doesn't fear the IDF. What fucking universe do these people live in?
Just cover Mossad too.
Oh my God.
Hezbollah and disgusting, poisonous, reptilian Iran has to fear the Mossad. Just think about this for a moment. When Israel goes in the heart of Tehran and kills Ismail Haniyeh, and I feel really bad for him, because if I had $4 billion, I wish I could have lived longer and like bought more hot dogs and more, Gulfstream 6s and all that wasted money now, which his children are now suing Erdogan for. When you do that in the heart of Tehran, what do you think Khamenei himself is thinking? He's thinking, uh-oh, I'm next. These Jews actually fight back.
I love
the same
it.
Thing
Pause
is true.
it. Pause
Are you
it.
kidding? Really?
This is where this comes from. Just the concept of a man thinking about what another man is thinking is so fucking effeminate, dude. I've had to go through it for the past week, covering the men that support Candace Owens. Like, just wondering what another man is thinking. I never sit there and do that.
The idea, right, that the Moos have never fought back is fucking ridiculous. It's so retarded. They keep coming out with this line. Like, if the Moos had never like fought back, if they never engaged in organized violence, then the Weimar Republic would never have happened and all the unpleasantness that happened afterwards. Fucking hell, whatever.
In media, why aren't we going after the Candace Owens of the world, the most disgusting reptilian anti-Semite in America? Why aren't we going after Roger Waters? Why aren't we going after Tucker Carlson? President Trump, who spoke here at the IAC the other day, is the most pro-Israel president in American history. What the heck is he doing with Tucker Carlson in his ear? Tucker Carlson's a Holocaust denier.
Tucker isn't in Trump's ear. What the fuck are you talking about?
So right now, it's right-wingers versus the third partyists, and both of us are trying to take out the neocons, right? Now, the best we can do is infiltrate the existing institution. If you tear down in the United States, it's a two-party system. If you try and tear that down and start another party, that is going to set us back. And then anything that leads to the left winning, the way that your enemies have operated is as long as the whites and Christians are losing. It's their number one principle, okay? So I refuse to give any ground to the left or work with them at all in any capacity.
See, I think the problem that the Turd party is going to have is that all the people involved are boomers or boomer adjacent. And they still think that the way to win is to appeal to the center. And as I autistically went over on the last stream, that is no longer true. Because America and all of the West, really, but America specifically, is two different visions that are trying to fight it out. And those visions have now coalesced and hardened. And all that remains is for all the people in the center to basically pick a side. That's how it is, right? Like, freedom either means the base sort of more right-wing version of freedom, okay? Or it means the left-wing version of freedom, which is like collectivism. And they're going to try and thread the needle on this, and I think they're going to fuck it up massively.
Tucker Carlson just had a historian on, 42 million people watched it, who said the Holocaust, he's not a Holocaust denier. He admits that 6 million Jews died, but it wasn't a program of genocide. They were like prisoners of war. They died of disease. Cut the crap and stop.
They were prisoners of war and they did die of disease.
But I don't like it when you say it that way. I love the double point as well.
Did you know that typhoid was sort of like a massive, massive problem? Not only in World War II, but the environments leading up to it. It was like the reason that the Nazis gave for building the wall around the Warsaw Ghetto. That might not have been the real reason, but there was massive typhus outbreaks, typhoid. It was spread by lice. It was huge. It was endemic. It was a massive, massive, massive problem.
So then you're
Germany.
saying it never happened because you had one criticism that was different about history. That is what denial means in the HRCC or IRCC term, whatever it is.
I guess. I mean, you can't get too deep into this, otherwise, it's oh my god, you went against the narrative. But yeah, it was a really complicated time. Okay, and this whole goy bean boomer thing of you can reduce such a complicated period of history down to black and white. This is why I support Daryl Cooper, because Daryl does a great job of sort of documenting the immense complexities of this period. But of course, this is not, he's not doing history. What he's doing is politics. What he's doing is social programming. What he's doing...
Who?
Shmuley.
Oh, the guy with two fingers fucking pointing at you.
What he is doing is trying to tug the heartstrings of the goy beamers. The thing is,
he's meant to antagonize.
I mean, I guess.
He's incredibly antagonistic.
Well, true.
Desecrating the memory of our 6 million. And no American president, whether it's Biden or George Bush or greatest president for Israel, Trump, should be having people like that. And we have to go after the Tucker Carlsons of this world. I am tired of being a scared Jew. I am tired of quaking and shivering and trembling before our enemies.
He's literally shaking.
Come on.
This shows the literally shaking from the SJWs. It's always been influenced by the Moos. They are the ones, they are the OGs, the originators.
Yep.
Fight to our enemies.
Uh-huh.
All right, dude. Well, you know what?
No, we're not doing that. You're getting called a slur.
He's going to relax, okay? We're not doing this anymore.
Now...
King Spectre's going to enjoy that one.
Yeah, Spectre, here you go. Fucking profile picture for you. A lot of people are not aware that, most people know that slavery is not forbidden under Islam. Slavery is also not forbidden under Moodyism. Slavery is only forbidden under Christianity, and even so, this is why Christians did all that stuff to end the slave trade, and no.
I can't hear it. At all.
At all?
I can't hear it at all, mate.
I bet my audio drive. Oh, my browser.
That seems completely compatible with the West. You come from a place that allows slavery. Meanwhile, the whites have to make sure that we're not too offensive to their sensibilities. Seems compatible.
This is why the Moos have had historically, and the Muslims as well, have had historical involvement in the slave trade, because there's nothing in their religion that prohibits it.
Or they say blackness does not mean physical blackness. Blackness means spiritual. It's a spiritual level, a spiritual inferiority. So that's the first thing. Happens to be.
Pause this very quickly. Someone said, let's be real. It's a miracle this channel has survived as long as it has. Make sure you follow my Rumble and Odyssey. Odyssey has the archive videos, and Rumble has all of the streams. Good point. Thank you.
That Jewish law permits the enslavement of any non-Jew, white or black. That's another question which got raised. But that has nothing to do with racism. That's just a heter that we are allowed to enslave non-Jewish populations.
Great. Very moral, very ethical. And we've got this weird thing.
How do you get these hidden cameras into their rooms to catch them saying this so often? Who's your guy on the inside that captures them saying this secretly in private?
I have a network of Mooish spies that smuggle tiny cameras in, right? To where they say this really stupid stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. It takes up a lot of my time to administrate, actually. I pay them in fist coin.
Fist coin. That's going to take off the ground pretty well.
Okay, so this is a weird religious debate between these two guys. The black guy was basically arguing that racism is a sin, like whatever the fuck that means. Just take a listen to this.
Is it sinful to believe that race is a real category?
I mean, it's a real category in that there's only one race. If someone is saying that the Bible says there's multiple races, and they're wrong.
Me from 2018.
So they're just. I think it's. Is it sinful to believe that there is multiple races?
It depends on what they mean by that. It's hard for me to know. It's a very simplistic. I don't mean that as an insult at all. I just mean I don't know what to make of that, right? So it depends on what they mean. If they that's what I'm saying, they're just wrong. But I can't say it's sinful if I don't know what they mean by that.
Well, let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that they're just utilizing kind of the taxonomy that we all use, like whenever we go to the DMV, whenever we sign government documents, and it talks about your race, that it's utilizing that taxonomy. Is it sinful to believe that that's real? That division of races, like I know we say one race, human race, but then there's
pause it real quick. This is why at this point it's really difficult for me to debate. Because I wouldn't know how to engage with this at this point. I can't. God bless Frojax. They have all the patience in the world. I was gonna watch their debate with Amu that I'll probably just watch tomorrow, but I the patience for this I don't have anymore.
Yeah, it was good. I watched it. Yeah, it was really fun. They did very well.
There's like multiple to believe that there are multiple different races of people.
If they mean, this is why I wanted more clarification. If they mean that they believe in multiple races in terms of ethnicities, in terms of that there's some different genetics, and just simple as that.
I would just ask, like, in what way don't you agree with it then? Like, how are you complicating it this fucking hard?
Genetics doesn't exist, bro. Why?
I don't know.
Social engineering might impact McGibbs. Now, there's been another thing going on in the sphere of shit I don't really care about.
I can expound upon it.
This might have implications for the Turd party. Alex Jones has challenged Tim Pool to mortal combat. Oh yeah, like that on the list of shit that's never gonna fucking happen.
What pisses me off? I'm sorry. What pisses me off so much is Alex Jones was calling the Moos globalists and elites for 20 straight fucking years, and now he's making a joke calling out Israel going at Tim Pool. It's like, okay, dude, you're kind of a pussy. Come on. Come on. It was the Moos the whole time. You called them globalists.
It's so weird, man. Like,
he's a wet brain at this point. He gets way too shit-faced. I mean, the ball's on Alex Jones to call out Tim Pool after he's embarrassed himself so many times in like the last year by just getting shit-faced on his fucking show.
He is a very sloppy drunk. It's true.
I challenge you, Tim, to trial by combat. You will wear the blue and white and the Star of David. I will wear the red, white, and blue. I'm calling out Netanyahu's champion. I'm demanding trial by combat publicly. If you fail, Israel must withdraw from trying to take over the U.S. government and get out of the NDAA and stop the war.
Hey, Ardy.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like, if we're not careful, Israel might, at some time in the future, take over the U.S. government. Imagine if that happened.
Dude.
Right? Like, imagine if they got like a president in and then use that president to like start like a massive war in the Middle East. Man, that'd be terrible. Like sometime in the future, the thing that might happen.
Imagine if Mark Levin was Joe Biden creepy shoulder touching Trump and almost doing everything short of whispering and licking his ear. Okay, that literally that close to the fucking president, as we've shown before.
Yeah.
If you win, we launch nuclear weapons and destroy the entire planet to bring back the Messiah. Tim Pool, the ball is in your court.
If you win, we launch nuclear weapons at the whole world to bring back the Messiah. I mean, he's just fucking trolling. I mean, kind of funny. Tim Pool has responded.
So, just to expound upon that, are you familiar with his son, Rex Jones?
Vaguely.
Yes, so I added this at the end of... You can see my playlist of videos on Candace Owens and her goofy people that like her. And at the end of it, Andrew Wilson speaking, he was talking to Rex Jones, and Rex Jones just wants like a third party. He's like clearly saying it. I didn't include it in my stack for today. But Andrew's just like, okay, so like, yeah, the Republican Party sucks. Okay, so what's the alternative? And then he's like, we got to just do something new. And it's like, this isn't serious. We haven't heard anything substantial, anything outside of wishy-washy platitudes.
Okay, but
I believe Alex is building upon that.
Listen, as I was saying to you before, it is possible that they have policy going on in the background and they don't want to, like, you know, blow their load too soon. It is possible.
I don't even think they have a single sperm.
It is also possible that it's all just feels and vibes, and what policy platforms the Libertarian Party does actually have are going to be like subverted. I don't know. But yeah, so Tim Paul's like, it's $300,000, Alex. So
nice.
Wilson basically set the floor now, right? Anyone can now demand $300,000 for a debate. I am looking forward to my $300,000 for debating. Well, shit, I'll debate anyone for $300,000. Sign me up.
Yeah, but what if you embarrass yourself? What are you going to cry yourself to sleep and wipe your eyes with your money?
Yeah.
See why not?
I don't know. I'll move to fucking South America and live like a fucking like king in El Salvador or something. Fucking, I don't know, right? Like
somewhere with a low tax rate.
No, actually, no. What I'll do, right, is I'll do that thing where I'll make it all about Israel, pretend that I won, and then appeal to a bunch of idiot foids to back me up.
Hey, wait a minute. Right? That sounds like stuff I've been making a video on for the past week.
Listen, it's a foolproof tactic. I'll accuse all of my opponents of working for Mossad, right? And then I'll just any tardation that I have, I'll just like blame on the moose. It's a foolproof tactic.
You can't act black and female 24/7, Fist. You probably have 5 minutes in your tops before you have to recoup.
Yeah, you say that, right? But you know,
300,000, 300,000.
Okay, so I think it's time for your stack, mate.
We got anything to check in on for the cities before we go in?
Let me see. Okay, right. Deep Calm for $5. Thank you, mate. Rabbi Shmuley, as always, winning hearts and minds.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's pure antagonization. His facial hair is even meant to antagonize.
Yeah. He's like a propaganda anti-weapon. You know what I mean? Yeah. Aaron, discourse for $5. Thank you, mate. Just donated to Return to the Land. There goes my super chat budget, but it's for a good cause.
Your attention, you being here, is always enough, fellas. Okay, everything else is just a bonus.
Tassitembo for $5. What up to all my spiritual ninjas, NWAs?
Spiritual, yes.
Spiritual,
not physically.
New GM for $10.
You know it's ragga never way, baby.
Fitz, would you say Daryl Cooper's Martyr Made is a history or historiography podcast or some third thing? I'd say it's a history podcast. I don't know whether you have seen the quality of what passes for history education these days. In fact, so on last night's stream, I was covering this like We Wasn't documentary, and we're talking about Mansa Musa, which is like the origin of a lot of the We Wasery, right? He was black. He was like the richest king in the world. No, he wasn't. No, he like, you know, right? All of the stuff about him is from like secondhand like Arab sources and stuff like that. And someone in the comments turned me on to this like great video by I forget his name, someone Atlas. You can like look it up, and he talks about this other guy at this channel Crash Course that did like a soy white version on it, and they play this shit in schools. Right, like I was looking in the background of these people, and it's like this huge media conglomerate. They do like Sci-Hub and all this kind of like stuff, and that is what passes for fucking education. So yes, in my opinion, Daryl Cooper is absolutely a fucking history podcast.
Fist, I hate to break it to you, people get news from us. Okay.
Well, I can think of worse places to get news, quite frankly. Right? Like at least we are honest with the agenda that we have, right? We don't claim to be like, hey, actually, I'm the most impartial person. We are highly partial, but we will tell you that we are highly partial, right?
I'll tell you why. I actually turned that around to go, ought I be this partial to what I'm partial to? I think I have good justification for it. I literally have tried being anywhere remotely close to the left. Okay, so I'm a refugee that's being taken care of by the right wing for the past year.
So this is my point about news and stuff generally, which is that I would much rather listen to news that has a declared bias and a declared agenda, because then at least you can be like, okay, so I heard this thing from these people, right? But they're typically slanted this way, right? So you can take that into account. You'd be like, well, of course, Ardy and Fist are going to like cover this because they're all about like this. It was James Atlas. Thank you. That was the history video I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So whereas when you get people who are like the BBC likes to do this, they're like, oh, so the BBC, we're very impartial, right? Have you heard the news? There's too many white people in the country. We need 1 million Somalians. Like, how very unbiased of you.
Well, yeah, or like Candace Owens going, well, can I ask questions? It's like, you fucking 5?
Yeah.
You're not just asking questions. You're not as clever as you think you are.
El Corgi, whatever news I do get comes from racist on the internet. Patriot. Patriot. Coom of Doom for 25 Polish nuts. Once again, I humbly ask you to have Rich Tidwell for interview. Frojack's already had him on.
Hello?
But, But we all right?
Yeah. You're here. And that's important.
Right. Bryce Gaspar for $5. It was James Atlas. Thank you very much, Bryce.
I like it, bro.
Molokay for 50 secs. We was and shit. Indeed,
and
we was. And shit. Right, Super Chat's achieved. Let's go on to the next thing. You gotta take over for a minute. I gotta rest my voice a little.
Speaking of bitch, so, fellas, what is happening now has been discussed on a previous live stream, August 11th. Okay? Let me give you a little short timeline here, how this is manifesting and why I think the way that I think. Especially people in their mind seeing whites being treated so unfairly, and then he's like, hey, us. And they're thinking, Tucker, who the fuck is us, buddy? Okay, who exactly is us? Now, Steven Crowder isn't going to have an issue with it there. His issue is going to come from Tucker seeming like he wants to do a third party. Ooh, this is before the great debate that this is being discussed. Isn't that interesting? What is interesting, if you think about it, is how you viewed the great debate as like, whatever. And I was really fixated on it, but somehow it's leading us to the same place of the fucking third party. That's pretty incredible, dude.
Yeah.
We both got some good sniffers. And saying that like the left and the right are the same thing. I also take issue with acting like the left and right are the same thing. I think the left is the worst thing. But.
He does want a third party, actually. Let me just quickly show you this.
Yes, sir.
So one of my many spies sent me
a little bit of inside info, huh?
Right? In group chat.
He does. This motherfucker knows people in the background.
Oh, yeah.
It comes up every once in a while, and he goes, don't worry about it, Ardy. I'm like, okay.
Hey, also wanted to mention to you, and you probably saw Tucker Carlson, Thomas Massey, Joe Kent, Marjorie Taylor Greene are starting a new political party. I'm going to give you some inside baseball info. It's going to be made public here shortly. They are making a new party. They are going to infiltrate and take over the Libertarian Party using the Mises Caucus. Found this out at the LNC. I presume that's the Libertarian National Convention.
Ha! Okay. That's Fist from the past over there. And, Fist likes to move silently in the background. Some would say real G's moving silent like lasagna.
Bitch, real G's moving silent like lasagna.
Just like Fist does, okay? The man moves in silence. He knows what he knows without anyone knowing how he knows it. So, that leads me to Andrew Wilson. This is August 19th, 2 days ago. Wow, some parallel thinking going on. It's pretty dangerous when you got that parallel thinking going on. That means great change is happening, fellas. Let's see what Andrew Wilson has to say.
These people are insane. This chick just got done telling the world that a woman who her 3 kids isn't responsible for it. Like, these are not sane people.
Oh yeah, we forgot that. We forgot the kids. I think you were. Anyway, Candace Owens. You may or may not have to cover that, Fist. Okay, that was supposed to come beforehand. So.
Oh really?
Well, because he just brought up how Candace Owens doesn't care about the lady.
I mean, we can cover it, but it's just women be crazy in shit.
Well, Candace Owens is saying that she's innocent.
Yeah, I've got
Right?
the clip. I can play the clip if you
Can
want.
you just show just the Candace Owens saying that she's innocent?
I can. Hang on, wait.
Oh, save you some grief, possibly.
Yeah, honestly, this story is fucking disturbing as hell, man. Like, you know,
I'm in this line of work because I'm so desensitized.
Well, look, me too. Usually, okay, right? But like, seeing all these like white mothers like talking about like hurting their kids, like, dude, like, come on.
I know.
Right?
You want to know what it would be though? My dad didn't cry when his father died. The only time I saw my dad cry is he was watching a Western and the dog ran away in the end. It would be something like that gets me. It would have to be something like that. The last time I think I cried when I watched a movie, I was 11. It was The Sixth Man with Marlon Wayans and Kadeem Hardison. And Kadeem Hardison died, but he came back as a ghost to help the basketball team. And I almost cried because I always wanted a brother. It would get something like that would get me. Dead babies, I'm just desensitized to it at this point.
No, Ardy. Dead white babies, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I made my thoughts clear on this the moment that she was arrested, the moment that it made the news. Lindsay Clancy is obviously not guilty. There are a fleet of doctors who should be imprisoned for what they put her on. I regularly speak out against Big Pharma. They get away with murder all the time. And in this case, they are getting away with the murder of really her 3 children, but also completely destroyed her life. When Lindsay Clancy, in my opinion, is not guilty. She was put into an intentional psychosis when she probably just needed to give her kids away for a weekend to get better, but they constantly give you these drugs that do not make things better. And the cocktail of 10 pharmaceuticals that she was on is absolute madness. Absolute
Beautiful.
Madness. I made my thoughts clear on this.
As I've been saying from the beginning, fellas, I can't make your mind up for you. But that's the side you want to choose. Go ahead. You're just going to put food on my table.
Yeah, this is the kind of shit going around TikTok at the moment.
Sure.
Trying to take care of the kid. I'm drowning every day. I feel guilty that I'm spending my family money and not making any. I feel like I spend way too much. You wrote that, right? Correct. I'm tired of.
What audio is playing in the background?
Sick. He's a sick.
So I'm pretty sure this is from the trial transcript, where she's being asked by the lawyer and saying like, you know, she feels bad that she's like spending money and that she's not working.
Yes. All right, so it's crazy. It's crazy white women that are holding their babies, going, "I understand. I want to do it too." Essentially, is what it means, right?
Oh yeah, but we've also got like stuff like this as well.
Pause it. Any of us that have had to just be around a black person. I thought men were the crazy violent ones.
Did you see the name of the TikTok account? Living Through Love.
Yeah, right. Right. So these are the people that she's appealing to. These are the people that you as a man are aligning with when you agree with Candace Owens, okay? And think that her asking questions is somehow uncovering Mossad, okay?
If I met a chick, right, who ran a TikTok account called Living Through Love, I would regard that as a massive red flag before even looking at the TikTok account.
Because she has to overcompensate for her to try and seem really good because she's really bad.
Yeah.
That's who Candace appeals to right there. All right, fellas?
Nick had a good take on this, actually. I'll just play this. It's only
sure.
I see Candace. She says, obviously she's not guilty. It's Big Pharma. It's Big Pharma. Have you lost your fucking mind? I literally cannot even imagine. There are stories of mothers who will lift up a wreckage of a car to save their children trapped underneath. Women will die. Mothers will die for their children. They'll kill to avenge their murdered children. And this psycho...
Yeah, but Nick, there are also a lot of other much, much less wholesome stories. Like postpartum depression is like a real thing, not just in humans. Animals do it as well. They'll like abandon their kids. what's supposed to be going on is that the woman in question has other women around her, right? Like mothers, aunts, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that I'll
So
go, oh
they-
my God, I want to fucking do it too. Like that, right? Women like that.
No, so they can pass the baby off until they get better, right? Like the women are supposed to like check the kids. This shit does happen. I mean, I kind of agree with Nick. but
Women
at
are
the same
supposed
time,
to be
right?
crazy. They literally, if you were a woman, you would be crazier as well. They're
Obviously, right? But like, you know, they're a fact of life. They just are. They need to be withdrawn from society, like significantly, like really bad. It's just
like a
driving them
restraint
crazy.
chair, like chaining them to a radiator, you know? Back in the old days.
You don't have to chain them to a radiator.
I don't have to,
per se.
Fist. I want to. I know I don't have to.
Holds down her 3 babies, strangles them to death. You're a mother yourself, you sick bitch. You're a mother yourself. What is wrong with you? And she says, obviously she's not guilty. It was Big Pharma. Candace, come back to reality. Come back to God. Come back to Earth. What is the matter with you?
I do love Nick Fuentes morally condemning somebody. It really hurts coming from you, Nick.
Okay, right. So that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is what
I didn't
this
have
is
to
what
go-
Andrew Wilson, thank you, is referring to. And here we go again.
People are insane.
Mind you, we're coming off the back of the Libertarian Party. It has been Fist's information that he got a week ago.
This chick just got done telling the world that a woman who her 3 kids isn't responsible for it. Like these are not sane people. This chick caused so much damage to the Republican movement, it's unbelievable. We had the wind at our sails, and CK should have been the catalyst that stopped all that. The midterms are lost now. They all did. All of them. I see Alex Jones. He's gunning for me constantly now, too. All these people are gunning for me. Because
Now, when I was on the extravaganza, Rob showed me
1/1,000,000th
how
that
they were just hanging out with Alex Jones, and
We
I get
texted-
attacked a billionth of that. Okay,
Yeah.
and I've seen a glimpse of it. And, oh my God, they're crazy.
By the way, here's I don't know if you could see it. There's me and the big man Alex.
What the
Jones.
fuck?
Yeah, that's literally like 24 hours before he makes that post. We're hanging out.
They were hanging. So a quick change happened, fellas. Okay, something happened very quickly. They were hanging out. They made content. I don't know what's going to happen with that content. But yes, very strange indeed.
they all want to start a new party. You know, that's the thing about this whole thing that's so annoying to me. You want to know what all this is about ultimately? You ready for this?
It's one thing to want to start a new party. It's another thing to have Candace Owens, possibly Tucker Carlson, Dave Smith, Alex Jones. Those aren't just regular people, right? Those are people with a degree of influence.
Yeah.
All these want to start a new political party that they think is going to be able to compete with the Republican Party or the Democrat Party. That's what all this is about, ultimately. And Alex Jones wants to be a part of that. He's good pals with Joe Kent. Joe Kent's part of that. Already met with Tucker. Alex Jones wants to be a part of it. Kent wants to be a part of it. I'm sure Candace wants to be a part of it. That's the whole thing. Whole thing is they just all want to start a new political party. And so they're just ruthlessly attacking anybody on the right wing who doesn't agree that we should allow Democrats to take over and ruin our lives because they want to start their new party. I asked Joe Kent, this is the funniest when this drops, by the way. This is dropping on Friday.
Today's Friday. I don't know when it's dropping or where. And I'm salivating trying to find it.
I looked. I haven't seen anything. So
yeah,
maybe the fact that it leaked. Because I mean, right? Like I mean, I knew about it a week in advance. Andrew clearly knows about it, right? So their OPSEC is clearly not the best. Maybe they've decided to roll back the launch date a bit, or maybe the libertarians are fighting back, because I am sure that the libertarians would also probably not want their party hijacked.
They
You know what
are
I mean?
purists more than other political parties are. Libertarians.
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, they're sort of in a comfy place. The libertarians, you know,
They
what
would
I mean? Like,
they would
can-
consider it aggression.
Yeah. Well, also they can sort of critique the system, but they never have to be in a position to run it. Like it's a very, very cozy. It's a bit like us, actually. If you think about
No,
it,
you're
right?
you're actually quoting ContraPoints. Do you know who that leftist trans creator was?
Oh,
She was saying that leftists don't want power.
trans?
They just want to endlessly critique power, is what she said. It's very true of certain people in all political parties.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, I would at least, if you force me to be in power, I guess, like I'd have some idea. But no, but the thing is, right? It's not that leftists critique the necessity for power. Okay, I don't do that. Okay, someone has to have power. Someone has to wield power. Okay, someone has to form a government. So I'm not like that. I just, I think that I don't call me a heretic for this. I just think that governments should really prioritize the well-being of their own people, and the only way to actually
You're fucking
identify
filth.
who you're. The only way to
You
identify who your
goddamn
people
Nazi.
Goddamn Nazis!
Unbelievable. Take care of your own people. What do you mean your own people? You're an individual. You understand that? I'm going to go hang out with my group now.
That's right.
That's how it goes.
I'm going off to my political meeting now, where we all hang out as individuals. Like, oh god, fuck off.
I believe my debate that I did with Andrew Straka, Alex Jones, and Joe Kent were on one side. And it's the funniest you ever heard when I start grilling Joe Kent on what the difference is between the party he proposes and the Libertarian Party, and he couldn't give me any.
And he's got fucking nothing, Fist. He's got nothing. Now, I have it on good authority, because this is what Andrew Wilson said. Maybe Andrew Wilson doesn't remember the conversation very well. Maybe he's mistaken. However, I think that there's not going to be that many differences.
He couldn't give me a single distinction. You know what he said? He's like, well, leadership will be different. I'm like, the platform, though. What about the platform, Joe, is going to be different? What? He had nothing. Nothing. He had nothing at all. Just libertarianism.
Oh god,
What?
we're doomed. We are fucking doomed.
Well,
Libertarianism.
So this is the thing. It's it's fun and edgy to go, oh, you're a cuck if you're supporting Zionists in the existing institution. What's the alternative? I don't know. It's just French Revolution. There's no incrementalism to their accelerationism. They don't have. They have nothing to replace it.
Well,
with. It's burning
look,
it down and replacing it with nothing.
If the hard libertarians finally take power, at least we'll be able to sell heroin to kids. Right? So every cloud has
Freedom.
a silver line. As long as they consent, right? They only got to consent like a few times, and once they're addicted, they'll.
What we
come
need
back.
in society is more freedom.
That's right, more license. Exactly.
Right.
No,
I want
look,
the freedom of safety.
Look, they got themselves addicted consensually, right? And when they come back for their next fix, it's also consensual. I don't know why anyone would have a problem with it.
I don't even know. I don't even know how much I believe in consent anymore, Fest.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know how much I believe in these concepts anymore. However, you had gotten good information that it was about libertarians, and so did Andrew Wilson. And who do we have here? We have Dave Smith, who is one of the leading voices in libertarianism. Okay? Might be asking yourself, Ardy, why are you showing me him at a table with two other comics in a table full of babies? Okay.
Hey, Ardy, how long before James Lindsay declares libertarianism to be woke, right?
I mean, that's if Candace is in it, and if Tucker's in it, it's going to be. He already called Dave Smith. He already called Dave Smith woke right.
That's my point. I'm going to be on the lookout for that.
It's too fucking easy. So Dave Smith was on here for 15 years, this podcast, and he leaves on March 4th of 2026. Okay.
A show, which we are going to make now, I guess.
Oh, are we ready?
Oh, I got to light a cigarette. Oh boy.
Oh. Well, this is
guys, do me a favor, keep this in the room. Wow.
And I, this is Legion of Skanks has been the longest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, I'll never make it this far with my
What
marriage.
would tear you away from it?
It's almost 15 years. No, that's not true.
Someone
But-
just realized you were serious because way into
Yeah.
it they went.
Oh, well, it is a little bit of a tone change from playing Who-Be-No and Black People.
You're never going to play this game again. Or it's a way different version on part of the problem.
What's going to be so satisfying about this is Dave Smith talked the least on Legion of Skanks. He was always the least funniest person, which is fine because he's with two killers. Big J. Okerson. I could talk about that for a long time. I saw him 4 times in 1 year. Okay, I'm very familiar with this comedy scene. And then we have Louis J. Gomez over here, owner of Gas Digital. Then we have Dave Smith, always been libertarian, never grew out of it. What's going to be really funny with his new crowd is they're all getting mad at him for talking too much. He thinks it's going to be his time to finally talk and say his political opinions. Everyone's going to be like, he's going to go right back to shut the fuck up and just fucking sit there and giggle in the background.
I play this game at home with my family. Me and my wife welcome.
No, I'm just honestly, it's just I'm just too busy with other shit.
He's just too busy. Fellas, now, you should know that he talked to Candace Owens months before that, November 7th of 2025. Now, fellas, this is 2 months after the Charlie Kirk assassination. And already, they're starting to have some smatterings over here. Things are starting to cook up a little bit, if you know what I'm saying.
No, that's right. And I think one of there's a lot that's just been revealed. And there was a lot of things about even, the conservatism Inc. online type people like Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro and even Steven Crowder. And
Dave Rubin and Steven Crowder in the same group is kind of peculiar. It feels almost like they do what Jeremy Boring does and what James Lindsay does. They're putting them all into this one group that's not very related to each other.
Like a lot of guys like this who really rose to prominence during the craziest woke years. They were kind of the figures who were speaking up against the insanity, being like.
And I will have in the chat, okay? Didn't Candace show up on TYT after the debate? Where do you think we're fucking going, baby? Oh, yeah,
No,
you're right.
Actually, you're a dude in a dress. You're not a chick. And, that was necessary to some degree. It was pretty crazy what was going on college campuses and the whole left-wing wokeism.
No, it's not pretty crazy, and it's not gone. You have to you are commanded to hate them. You are commanded to hate that which seeks to destroy everything that you love and is beautiful, okay? No, it didn't go away. It wasn't kind of weird. You have to hate them, and you can never work with them. This is why you have to be right-wing. You can't play with them even a little bit, Dave. This is where you always fall short.
Stuff in general was crazy. But because that was the dynamic, and because, for whatever reason, while tons of other right-wingers were being deplatformed, those were the ones who weren't, and in fact were very pushed by the YouTube algorithm and stuff. I mean, I remember for years, I always hated Ben Shapiro, and for years YouTube was like, I know you want to watch Ben Shapiro. And I was like, I do not. I've never told you that, YouTube. But YouTube kept insisting I did. I was aware.
You do. Yeah, you do.
I think there was a surge, almost like what we're experiencing now. There's a surge of people that want to listen to pro-white stuff. Back then, there was a surge of people that wanted to hear anyone contextualize what the fuck they were seeing with these SJWs. What is going on? How are they seemingly everywhere? So, I mean, it could have been pushed at the same time either way.
I was aware of this because, as I've been talking about lately, because I was a Ron Paul supporter back in.
Now, this is true. Not only did Crowder get banned, he led the adpocalypse. She talked about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, he did with Carlos Smaza.
Yeah, he's just Dave Rubin,
The day, and I remember Ben Shapiro saying that Ron Paul wants to strangle Jews and that he's a vicious anti-Semite.
And then, of course, they're going to start complaining about the anti-Semitism. Now, are they going to be really cozying up to the left, though? Do they want the left? Now, here, that's not a coalition, right? But they're starting to feel each other out, perhaps. We don't know what they talked about in the background. This could be orchestrated and manufactured. This could be organic.
Right. Okay. But just what? Okay. What the fuck would their policies be? I mean, okay. I mean, my one sort of hopeful spot in this is that Ron Paul is part of the Libertarian Party, and he's against fiat money, but they would kill everyone to stop the dismantling of that system. What they're just gonna go up to the fiat money bankers and be like, hey guys, we've written you a strongly worded letter, and we'd really like you to stop printing money now. And
they wouldn't want to aggress. It's against their principles.
Disentangle your international influence networks, and give us all the blackmail material that you have like scraped together over like decades and decades, and just generally sort of like peacefully disassemble. Are you fucking high?
Any coalition you build that involves the left becomes the left if you work with them like at all whatsoever.
Because
politically, you should know that.
No. Look, because they're social constructivists. At the end of the day, right? This, in my opinion, is the fundamental fault line that defines all modern politics. Okay, you either believe that at heart everyone is the same, and the only differences are like culture and education and economics and socialization and shit that you can change in a society, or you believe that there are things about humans that are set on a physical level, and no amount of like cajoling and like gentle like messages about like, oh please, like don't grape the children and no, we'll change it.
Please don't grape the children.
Yeah, that's my next fucking segment coming up.
That's after this. That's after my stack. Yeah.
Like, and this is the thing. That's why the soft right, they are still at the end of the day social constructivists, and the social constructivists always like, the thing is that it's profitable to be a social constructivist because you can get money from the government, you can set up like government programs, you can like build stuff,
you can invent groups of people. They came up with AAPNI. What was it? Asian American and Pacific Islander or something like that. They just create groups of people. And they go, no, that's a group of people, and now we can have government help this group of people.
Until social constructivism is destroyed as a dominant ideology, it will always go back to the left, because as long as you're social constructivist, then the fundamental question you're asking about why any problem exists is because the perfect society does not exist to fix it. Right? Politics should be much more like economics, the dismal science. You are not uplifting. You are not uplifting the ninjas. You are not. I mean, you could go and bleach them all, okay, and then like generate like, you know, a bunch of 90 IQ ninjas, and then you could bleach them again.
But
like,
what if we dump billions of dollars into getting them up to 98 IQ? What if we bleed our resources to have a very marginal improvement? If you consider that.
Correct. But not only that, you're still not going to like stop them from being ninjas, right? You get 1 million of them together,
right?
There will be more ninjas among that group than there would be. Like, I can't believe that genetics was literally discovered in 1950 something, and it's like what 2026, 75 years later.
Yeah.
And it's a discovery so explosive, people still can't fucking wrap their heads around it. It's depressing, man.
Well, what's particularly pernicious about this is there's Mamdani, there's Hassan Piker gaining prominence, there's like an open infiltration of commies into the Democrats. And so what we're going to do is work with them? I don't know about that, but notice how this has been in the works a couple months after Kirk's murder, okay?
No, Ardy, listen. They're only going to work with the reasonable psychopaths. Okay? This is what you got to understand, right? They're only going to work with the people that don't want to destroy everything that exists, but just like meddle around the edges with things that can't be changed.
Yeah,
and
I
really,
dated
the day, isn't that what it's all about?
I dated the sane bisexual Dominican woman. Right?
You guys committed a genocide in 4K and forced us to pay for it. Like, you don't think
the 4K, dude? They don't know what 4K means. So Dave knows what 4K means, and I've made fun of this in my videos on Candace, where the audience thinks it means a 4K resolution when it's just shitty camera footage.
That had a little bit to do with this? You don't think that had something to do with where we're at today? And this like, you know, so one of the things, this is what I was getting at before, because Charlie was a movement guy. Charlie was a big tent guy. Charlie was a guy who wanted to find a way.
And so what they're going to do, Fist, is populism, not right-wing populism. So their ideas, and like libertarianism, works homogeneously. All of their shit, none of their shit works multiculturally, because multiculturalism equals war. And you cannot say to the barbarians, I know you tried to stab me, but let me give you a second chance. Yeah, these are not rules for your enemies. These are rules for your countrymen after the war is over.
Mr. Barbarian, have you read this pamphlet on why grape and pillage is wrong? Like, I can't.
They're not barbarians. They're just out there letting shit on fire.
People, they're so like. This is the Goy beam, right? This is the essence of the Goy beam. This all fundamentally started with the immigration from Eastern Europe, a lot of it Moorish that happened into the West. This is where this started, right? It's like we're all one race, the human race. If we just have the right kind of society, you know, the Moors will integrate, like everything will be like awesome. And that fundamental mischaracterization has just carried on for like, fuck me, it must be 150 years by now or something. I think it was like the 1880s or something in England. It's insane.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Fist trying to give his voice a break. Let's continue.
For us to not lose to like the crazy progressive leftists. And you've heard this brought up a lot by Mark Levin and by Ben Shapiro and people like that over this last week. You know, we just had an election. The Democrats had a good night. You go, look, there's this infighting on the right. And so if we keep doing this, we're going to end up losing and AOC is going to be president.
Yeah, there's infighting on the right. There's fucking people calling us woke right. Yeah, like, can you believe we're fighting with people that are fighting us? That's always so annoying to me when people just like throw the blanket statement out of like infighting as if you didn't see how it fucking started.
Or something like that. Now, of course, they just take it as a given that, like, I guess we're just supposed to shut up and they get their way. That's which is, you know, like, why is that the way it works? But at a certain point, I actually think they're, in a sense, they're right about that one argument. And Charlie was right to like be concerned about this. But here's the thing, right? And you being number one, and you and Tucker are the biggest two. You're the
okay. And now here we go. It's in Dave's mind that number one is Tucker and number two is Candace, or vice versa. They're the two biggest, right? So he also sees that as like he's always been a libertarian, never has any political power. So it really seems like he wants to hop on board with this project.
Biggest two conservative people in the news. And like then as Charlie noted, as Megyn Kelly's noted, nobody under 30 supports Israel anymore. Barely anyone under 40 supports Israel anymore. It is essentially
and so they're going to be trying. This is almost the exact same as William's rhetoric, by the way.
Listen, I'm obviously in favor of reducing Israel's influence over America and the rest of the West, because I believe they are a pernicious influence. If they were a positive influence, by the way, I wouldn't give a shit, right? Like my criticism is fundamentally they make bad rulers, right? Like it's not some mystical like thing. If they were really, really good for everyone involved, I really wouldn't have as much of a problem.
Probably wouldn't be kicked out so much.
But being anti-Israel by itself is not enough of a fucking political platform to form a fucking party. It isn't, right? Like you need.
It seems like it's all they have.
Yeah, of course.
Or you can come over here with the people and have.
Oh, actually, so mind you, just for a timeline, this happens, and then a month later, Fuentes, I believe, goes on Piers Morgan and drops the Hawley bomb. So there was already this anti-Israel sentiment being built up, and then that happened with Nick Fuentes, and I think that's when denying the Hawley to Piers Morgan made it really fashionable to do so, and I think she got a groundswell after that, because this right now, this wasn't on our radar back then. If you look at what we were talking about in November, it fucking wasn't really this shit. And then so the anti-Israel sentiment, I think, really made this explode into this like idea of populism against Israel and combining the left and the right and that fucking bullshit.
Shot of winning. What do you want to do?
And look, we have the Republican Party, we have a Democrat Party, and then we have the Knesset Party, and they've infiltrated both of the parties actually. And what's happening right now is left and right people are saying
true. And Rachel Wilson agreed with you that it was the Bolsheviks versus the neocons.
Like they won't infiltrate your party.
That's what I'm saying.
How fucking stupid are you? Like, look, if they spun up a party and they said no moves can join, right? They would get nuked from orbit. Can you imagine, right? Nazi Libertarian Party rises in America. They won't let the moves join. You are going to be infiltrated unless like
Eric Arval is going through fucking litigation right now to get away from them, and he's not even running for office or anything, even just on his own private land, and it's that difficult.
Like what's going to be there? Look, someone Horatius points this out. Libertarians are pro PDF file, pro-drugs, pro-prostitution, pro-gambling, anti-cop, pro-open borders, not much different at all from leftists on a lot of issues, only different economics. Economics aren't that much different either. Like, I mean, you could wind up with like what happened in fucking Argentina when Milei got in, right? They come in, they gut the government, and they just sell everything to the moon.
You're right.
You'll just be like, how could this have possibly happened? It's fine, bro. It's fine.
No to that. The reasons might be different, but it's a populist movement one way or the other.
Right.
And it's hilarious to me that they think after me watching Charlie Kirk get assassinated, them spitting in our face and telling us that it's raining about everything that happened here, the viciousness that they themselves.
All right, Claim, shut up. So for our next piece, we're going to be talking.
I find her insufferable to listen to. The
I can
more
feel it
time
emanating from
goes
you.
on, I'm just like.
Now, she refuses to talk any shit about Zoran Mamdani or even say that no one should have voted for him. And he's the commiest commie that's ever commied in a very long time in our in such a high position of power.
Kash Patel is from looking into Tulsi's team and Joe Kent. You saw this playing out in the news. They won't even let them look into whether or not foreign people could have been involved in this. And then you're like, and now go get out more people to vote so that we stay in power. No, buddy. Okay. In your famous words, you're fired as far as I'm concerned. Okay. And so I don't know what's around the corner, but I do know that my platform is not yours. Okay. My platform belongs to the truth, left and right. Okay. And so it was just incredible to me. They were like, and not even that, they were like, get out people and tell them to vote against Mamdani and to like, get behind intro. Okay, if you want to do it, that's your thing. But I'm telling you, I'm not doing
If you want to do that, that's your thing. So she's completely neutral on, she's neutralizing. She's neutral on everything. And so she's neutralizing any actual politics of the people that follow her. Is it right? What type of person is following her? A very emotional person. Here's what's funny. They would normally be on the Moo side because they're so effeminate. But now they're trying to create like what? An effeminate man that's anti-Israel. I don't know. But they're not giving any parameters for like what they're trying to create, even months later. It's rather concerning.
anything because for me,
I
life-
would.
Yep.
Pause. I would have to see some actual policy platforms. Okay, right. I don't want vibes.
I
I don't want like good feels. Right. I don't want dancing in the fucking moonlight. I want.
What
policy.
about some wine and SSRIs? That's what they
Policy.
sound like when they take them.
I want policy, and I'm not. I look again. I will defer my judgment until we see actual like policy, but I'm not hopeful. Let's put it that way.
Dinky Yentas?
That's why I'm keeping her dialogue to a minimum for you. So, what you didn't know about this is Dave Smith also talked to somebody else a few days before.
They think that Trump people are dumb, but we're not this dumb. Okay. The original MAGA party is not this dumb. We're aware of what you're doing. We're aware of the infiltration, and we are not going to support that.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, as Tucker said when he was on my show a few days ago,
Whoa! And he just got to talk to Tucker a few days beforehand. This is like 3-4 days beforehand. Now, the messaging Tucker has on here, pretty big moment for Dave Smith over here. Right now he has 500,000 subs. This is fucking 6 months ago. 7-8 months ago. So, Tucker Carlson is giving very bipartisan populist messaging again here.
Don't say it out loud. My position has always been, I'm not ashamed of my views. I'm happy to talk about my views with anybody. I don't think I have any reason to be ashamed of my views. I think they're actually kind of moderate, honestly. They're different from the way things are operating now. And of course, I disagree with the direction the U.S. government's taking in a whole bunch of different ways, but I don't think we should burn the U.S. government down. My view, which I know is yours as well, is the U.S. government should act on behalf of American citizens. America first. Doesn't mean...
What is an American citizen, Tucker? It's going to be the question that people are going to ask you. And again, Tucker Carlson is just speaking like a national socialist right now. Everybody was white. In Poland right now, like, do you see what I'm saying? Amongst a multicultural war, we're like, what do you mean by citizen? Because there's a great debate about that. We're being replaced, as he's admitted.
A bellicose posture doesn't mean you attack people. In fact, it probably means you attack fewer people and you shed less blood. You act on behalf of your citizens. They own the government. They pay for the government. It's in their name that all this is being conducted. So that's a really simple concept. It's the most powerful, resonant concept in American politics. It brought Trump the majority of the popular vote. And I believe it. I sincerely believe that. And most people do. They don't. So that's what this really is about. As for Fuentes himself, you know, I thought a lot about it for many reasons. And from one.
And then we go into some Fuentes talk. Now, with your brothers, Fist, you want to be forgiving with your brothers, right? Do you want to be forgiving with everybody? Your enemies? Do you want to be forgiving toward them? How's that?
Well, no. I mean, depending. I mean, you don't want eternal war, okay? But you also don't want to get stabbed up, fam. Know what I'm saying? Right?
Yes.
You got to.
So listen to this line from Tucker.
And citizens. So you could create a much bigger coalition with a ton of disaffected Democrats. Some are hardened and they're vested in this.
With some disaffected Democrats, you'd have to have some razor-sharp discernment, motherfucker.
System in there. They're getting a lot out of identity politics and machine politics, and they're never going to leave. But there are a ton of Democratic voters who will join you in that. And you saw glimpses of that in the last election, where a lot of them, a lot of black voters, traditionally Democrats, voted for Trump. Why? America first. That's why. And so you can make the coalition.
So he thinks there's a part of the left that is going to enjoy the rhetoric of not making any minorities special. It's like what the left is based on.
It's
what
too
a
late.
liberal is.
It's too late. Like, look.
What would the rhetoric even sound like?
It's too late, okay? You would have to repeal the Civil Rights Act. And how much political capital is going to be in that, right? This whole, like, you know, making like minorities special is now so ingrained into everything. Like, and because of the way democracy works, if you said we're going to repeal the Civil Rights Act, none of the blacks would vote for you, right? None of the Latinos, I presume, but definitely not the blacks.
Yeah.
It's so like you can't go back to a position where everyone is equal, because they're not equal under the law, because there are laws that privilege certain groups, like not in the sort of gay critical race, like white supremacy. I mean, actually in law.
Preference. Yeah. Someone said, first-time listener, instantly feel like these guys and most of y'all got your head on your shoulders. Thank you, assy McBalls.
old assy McBalls. I know him from way back.
I feel like you guys really got your head screwed on your shoulders. Thank you, assy McBalls. That is really funny to me.
If someone has a handle like that, clearly one of our people.
Right.
Dominant generational coalition very easily if you stick with that idea. That's the first thing. The second thing is you should be forgiving always.
Ooh.
Things are being said right now that almost seem like they can't be forgiven. They're exhortations to violence.
You see, that is like making people docile type of rhetoric, universal, evangelical, Protestant, reformist, whatever it is, Christianity right there, is to be forgiving always. That is to make you docile, to go, don't judge these people too harshly. You can't do that during wartime. You can't do that as they're like dancing on the grave of Charlie Kirk, who is more moderate than you.
By the time this like party gets spun up, by 2028, shit is going to look really, really different. Like you like in my personal opinion, by the time 2028 comes around, the entire Caspian region, from like Iraq to Ukraine and Russia, is gonna we're gonna be in like a full scale fucking war, and then it's gonna be all about like, yeah, well, we can't vote for them goddamn libertarians. They're gonna let the Ruskies and the Iranians live. You know, we're in an existential fight for humanity, which is why we must kill. I am not hopeful.
How do libertarians just look like this in general? How smug Dave Smith looks right now. So anyway,
it's the beginning of his own face.
So we had on Tucker Carlson, and then what a lucky guy. 4 days later, is talking to Candace Owens.
But we're not this dumb, okay? The original MAGA party is not this dumb. We're aware of what you're doing. We're aware of the infiltration, and we are not going to support that.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, as Tucker said when he was on my show a few days ago, he said, if you really ran on an America First message, it's going to be enormously popular, and not just with the right wing. I mean, you could carry half the left wing on that message too.
You can't want the left wing. You can't try whatever rhetoric you have to try and appeal to the left is going to be it's as you've been talking about for a month now with how polarized things are. How could you make this is why the messaging is all platitudes. Because how do you appeal to two opposing forces?
So listen, I just want to read this. Willie Shambler seems to have some inside dope on this. The Mises Caucus had a big push when it came to the vote for who they would run for president. The far left in their party took the vote because the rules in their party are so fucked up. So it'd be like funny, right, if they all join the Libertarian Party, okay, right, and they try and like influence the Mises Caucus, and they end up like running some like far left retard. Like what are they gonna like put Alex Jones as like a candidate? Like is this
Dude,
is this
the
like,
left is so pernicious that there's sects of the libertarians that like are pro-trans. That's how much they sink their fucking claws into whatever fucking cause they go into. You are politically and historically illiterate to think that you could fucking work with these people or that you even want them.
Mate.
Maybe not all of them, but you could carry a whole lot of independents and liberals and leftists. If you just said, hey, look, here's the platform, like a separation, in the same way we had like a separation of church and state or anything like that, you go, a separation of Israel and DC, a separation of Tel Aviv and DC is like a great thing to run on that you could get tens of millions of Americans to rally around. That's just it. Our goal here is just the platform is we're not going to fight stupid wars. We're not going to have open borders. We're going to start.
Yeah. Okay. So Candace's assertion is that Israel assassinated Charlie Kirk in broad daylight because Charlie turned against Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And they are planning on spinning up an entire political party that is going to democratically sever the relationship.
The Achilles heel of Mossad is democracy, right?
Right. And like what are they gonna like fucking like they'll only do appearances by podcast while they're like
That is
sitting
such
in
a
a
good point.
titanium room like
I
1,000
never thought
feet
of that.
below the ground. Like what's like oh fuck like are Israel is Israel and the Mossad like literally the uber powerful, we can touch you on the PP literally anywhere that exists kind of people, or are they not? And if they are, what makes you think they would not assassinate all of you?
I mean, if they would go that one would assume it's kind of like a warning shot, right? To do that, to be like, don't fuck with us, why else would they do it so publicly? But now I'm speculating.
I guess.
You're trying to be rational with an irrational mind.
I'm just asking questions, bro.
Right. So Rob Knorr, who is the lead fact checker for Andrew Wilson, said on X, I would love to come and talk to Dave Smith about Andrew and the Andrew and Candace debate. As I showed in my recent video, Dave Smith, Candace cuck, he sees the views go up. I can even show you that real quick, where his views, like he got 1 million views when he talked to Candace. Okay, that's good for his channel. Look at that, 1 million.
I wish I had 1 million views.
And he had way less subscribers back then, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing now? 4 weeks ago, 35,000 views,
Oh.
okay? He's trying to milk Hassan's name, 78,000 views, okay? So what it seems like is his original audience, now that he's on this Candace push, has not been really caring about what he's talking about. And then look at this. Look at the perverse incentive. 390,000 views talking to Candace, and 236,000 talking about Candace. If you talk about Candace, number go up. Without her, 48,000. So the reason why I want to...
She is like the Black Midas, right? The Midas Shaniqua.
Yeah,
right?
everything except everything she touched fucking smells.
Everything she touches turns to
shit. Turns to turd. So, Dave Smith says, you want to debate my opinion on a debate? This is getting meta. See how he has to be defensive? Rob Knorr just wants to talk to him. He sees that Dave is having these open conversations from only one perspective. And then Rob says, Rob is always so nice. Rob says, wouldn't have to be a debate. I said a conversation, though we could debate if you like. Was your conversation with Candace debate about the debate about the debate? If you don't want to talk about it, no hard feelings. I just thought you talked to Candace. It might be interesting to get an opinion from someone who was on the other side. Dave Smith says, I'm happy to talk, but I don't think it makes sense for my show. To what? Talk about the debate that you've been fucking trying to milk recently? Yeah, dude. He's fucking scared. I tell you what, if he talked to Rob Knorr, he'd get fucking more than 35,000 views, dude.
I liked Rob.
He's so fucking nice.
He was really, really nice, man. When I was on Crucible, on Extravaganza, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They were both really, really, really nice. I warmed to both of them. Like they seem like really, really good people.
Rob is incredibly principled. Even after Andrew debated and Andrew's getting all this shit, Rob was like, I hate to say it, I think he did like a 7 out of 10. He's not even sweeping for his boy. Even still, after all the shit Andrew Wilson's been fucking getting, he's like, I gotta be honest, I think maybe like a 7, 7.5. It was like right after the debate too. The fucking man can't tell a lie, dude. He's so fucking honorable. It's crazy. Anyway, so now I need to punish you with a little more Foyd. You're going to watch Candace Owens talk to Anna Kasparian, Fist. And this is their plan. So you don't watch it, so you don't know what's going on.
Why
this has
must
gotten
you
bad
punish me so, Ardy? What have I done?
We didn't want to listen to the genderqueer people, okay? And they started cutting kids' fucking dicks off, all right? You don't want to listen to the Foyds talk. This is why they're antagonistic, all right? And what are they gonna do? They're gonna cut the kids' fucking dicks. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's not gonna be good for the kids, whatever it is, all right? It's not good for the adults, it's not good for the kids. So, now, of course, Candace is trying to appeal to the left, if you can believe it. Incredible.
Amazing.
Of going on vibes. That's fundamentally what they did, right? This narrative was set by a bunch of people who needed it to be true. And now they're being presented with evidence from the person that we are to assume is the closest to him, his boyfriend, who's saying, oh, no, he never talked to me about Charlie Kirk. I guess the first time he heard about it was in a text message after he had killed Charlie Kirk. He didn't speak to me about LGBTQ issues, and he didn't talk to me about politics. And then suddenly he's killing a political figure that he never talked about to honor me. I mean, none of that makes any sense other than they were trying to stoke.
I actually have to turn the volume down because she's hitting the female note. Men, do you know the tone that I'm talking about? The fucking pitch that hurts men's ears.
I listen, what was it? I still think, that random anon that replied to you on Twitter had the best fucking take. I don't have the tweet, but he's basically like, in my opinion, it was actually Candace that killed Charlie because she was jealous. And as evidence, she's a ninja.
I know, right?
And I was like, huh.
I mean, right now, there's precedent that she had something to do with taking down Charlie Kirk to make this party. There's precedent for it. She did right after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. 2 months later, she's already... That was her talking about it publicly. You think that's the first time she was talking about it, massaging this idea, was with Dave Smith 2 months after? I don't think so.
Listen, man, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but it's a cool conspiracy theory. I'm not above talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
A war between the left and the right, as they have admitted. They keep admitting this, that they just wanted to unite the Republican Party, which was fractured after the Epstein files, and they wanted to get them refocused on fighting the left. That is disgusting.
I
have
totally
plenty of
agree.
things.
Fighting the left is disgusting, okay? Can you believe the people that are trying to kill you, that you would spend all your time fighting them? See, this is liberalism is for losers. Hey, we have to be fair to our enemies, okay? Let's be fair to our enemies, is what she's pushing over here. Mind you, what she's pushing, Fist, a lot of people are on board with, and there's a lot of money in pushing whatever the fuck she says.
Where is all this money coming from? I am suspicious.
Lord Farmer. You'll want to look up her father-in-law.
I don't think he's got that much money. Like, not for like a whole political party. It could be coming from some corners of like big tech. A lot of them are fucking soft lefty tards.
I just think it's weird that somehow she got engaged to her husband within 18 days of meeting him, and it just so happens that guy's father is a lord in the UK who is working with Christians and Moos to help them get along with each other.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though,
very bizarre.
Right? The thing is, though, okay, It's like it's a bit like back in the communist era where you had to be a member of the Communist Party if you wanted to get anywhere. Okay, so if you want to get anywhere in UK politics, you've got to be a member of like one of these like Moorish adjacent groups. It's just the way it is. Like,
he did become Christian at 35. His father did.
I don't know. I'm like, again, I can't make a determination. I'm just saying, right? Like, you're not going to get anywhere in UK politics unless you have association with these kind of people. It's just the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
Disagreements with the left. Left has done tons of things that they've actually done that we could talk about. You were going to put like the biggest assassination ever on them just to like repair the party from something that the party should be upset about, like the Epstein files.
I mean, that's definitely a good point. And look, the thing is, they were already making these declarations before any real evidence was presented, before any case played out. And I definitely thought that even if, you know, individuals who perpetuated that narrative weren't in on anything nefarious, it is kind of sick to politicize something like a political assassination.
You stupid fucking bitch! To politicize a political assassination.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
We can't even politicize a political assassination. Meanwhile, the left will politicize t-shirts, shoelaces, literally fucking everything. But we can't even politicize a fucking political assassination, dude. I mean, look. Hey, we don't agree with the left doing this, okay? Dancing on Charlie's grave like this. All right? Just drag show, dressing up like assassinated Charlie Kirk. Hey, they get the moo protection fifth. Okay?
And yet,
hey, it's not all of them, all right?
And yet, when I dance on someone's grave, somehow I'm the bad guy. Ugh.
Dance on their grave. You couldn't even make jokes about George Floyd. He was martyred in such a way. Dance on a grave? I can't do that. I can't even fucking.
Yeah, man, I was up there in Minneapolis. I was like busting a move.
I couldn't even tell the truth about George Floyd, where he was dancing with bananas before the fucking police came. I couldn't even tell dance in his grave. I couldn't tell the truth about him. Fucking God, it's so asymmetrical. Politicize a political assassination, you fucking idiot. Anyway, I'm getting mad. So, let's wrap up these foids over here, so we can really. Oh my God, they're really fist
before any real.
There has to be a God fist, okay? Because are you familiar with how Candace Owens fucks up words, turns of phrases all the time?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the phrase "a hit dog will holler"?
Yes.
Okay, and what do you suppose that means?
It's usually what's the exact definition of it? It's usually like employed when someone's like making like a lot of noise needlessly, right?
It's something obviously happened, right? Okay,
Right.
Even sure.
I look forward to actually sitting down with someone who is good faith and going over what I never got to, which was every piece of evidence from the screwdriver to the, the towel, and explaining to them why nothing that they have presented has been even remotely convincing, tying this to Tyler Robinson. Again, I want to be super clear. I do believe that Tyler Robinson was involved on that day and was around the campus. I do not believe that he is the person that killed Charlie Kirk. And closest every for
Here we go.
That this story has not gone away.
Thank you, Candace. Keep it up. I know that you already know you have a lot of supporters, but we'll be watching, and I think you're doing the right thing, even though you're getting a lot of hate for it. Usually, there's like a saying: a hurt dog don't holler."
A hurt dog don't holler. Okay. Now, of course, Candace is going to be like, let me clear this up, what you're trying to say.
Or something like that.
Hit dog don't holler.
Hit dog don't holler. Fucking women. Yep. Everyone just lets them fuck it up an unlimited amount of times. Oh, I love it. So, fellas, this can now slowly come to a close. I'm not showing you any footage of this, okay? I'm just showing this on screen. She talked to Lionel Nation over here, who has been drinking her fucking bush for the past 2 weeks. He's live right now. Of course he is, dude. I've never seen anything like this. He has done 20 streams in, I think, 8 days. Look it's Smokey McPickles all the fucking, here we go. It starts here. Smokey Man, Smokey Man, Smokey Man. This is all 2 days, 3 days. Candace, she won Smoky Man. Smoky Pickles, Smoky Pickles. Look at this. Dude, this is in less than a fucking week, okay? And great prosperity comes from that. Now, let's check his social media. Lionel. Behold this young lady. Supposedly represents a political orientation many swear they reject, yet she consistently produces brilliant content that aligns perfectly with what they believe. Read on. The left-right paradigm is dead. She excels at ferreting out malevolent figures who migrate from trolling to stalking. Opinion terrorists, driven. This is written like how a woman would want to read like a murder mystery.
Opinion terrorists. Oh, gay.
Driven by attention, numbers, and metrics. Their internal alarms are either broken or were never connected in the first place. Welcome to a new world, a new political orientation, and a sharper understanding of who the enemy truly is, or never was. So
now that is a confirmation they're forming a third party, right? You only talk like
she signs off. Candace signs off on this guy.
Totally dead.
So who is Lionel referencing? This man. Essentially, Candace's right-hand man. No one has. There's no bigger supporter than Lionel. Let's see who he's talking about.
Well, guys, it looks like Steven Crowder doesn't just have a problem with his pregnant ex-wife. He has a problem with all pregnant women. So let's talk about it. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I run the largest counter organization to Turning Point USA.
Explicitly designed to just counter-signal TPUSA.
Stinky.
Stinky.
Stay on the left, so don't forget to follow me. Okay, really quick to catch you up. So just in case you forgot who Steven Crowder is, and you probably have because he's not relevant anymore, it's this random guy who used to go around from college campus.
Shit-talking Foyd, okay? This is who is supporting Candace Owens. And this is who...
she's Moorish, isn't she?
Z Cohen.
Oh,
so
of course.
I don't know how you could have possibly tell, but
she hides it well. Yeah.
Hold on.
What world are we living in that a human being can be so stupid?
This is the coalition that they're building, right? Hey, what does James Lindsay always say? Know them by who they circle their wagons around, right?
Know them by who they circle jerk with.
Yes. So, hey, if you want to be on the Candace side because she like tells the truth or something like that, all right, I'm just letting you know all of the filth that's surrounding her, okay? It's all up to you. And if you want, you can do some soupies and continue on.
Okay, right. Let's do some soupies. Slosher for $5 Canadian. Thanks, mate. Everybody has a bias. The BBC and other journalists have agendas, and ones that require that they not be honest. Well, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I guess we have an agenda, but we're just honest about it.
Well, no, I'm immune to propaganda. You know that.
Yeah. Of course. UGM for $10. It's
rocking everywhere.
Whoa! Can we charge doctors and farmers accessories or use RICO? But even if we can throw the book at that. Even if we can throw the book at that murderous bench, I don't know, man. I mean, look at what's happened with fucking vaccines. They still won't open up liability to the vaccine companies because we would destroy the entire fucking industry.
Yeah, but Fauci's going to prison, right?
I mean, the thing that gets me is right. Like, how is that not socialism? Right, like the way like the fucking like the libertarian retards would be like, oh my god, that's socialism. Well, I mean, if the government has made like a choice that's basically like some of you will die, but we think it's a choice to make more people live. There's tons of choices like that in government. I totally do not agree with that choice, but I'm just saying, right? Like, what are the libertarians going to do when faced with a choice like that? Okay, you got to kill 1,000 people to save 1 million people. And they're like, oh, we can't do that. We're all individuals. Like
the entire philosophy of libertarians is you're not supposed to touch me. That's their entire philosophy.
Casa Tempo for $5. Psychology has very little credibility. I think Doyle made a good point that SIDS and postpartum might be overstated. There's also a persistent rumor going around, cannot confirm, that governments will cover up cases of mothers killing their babies in order to stop like the whole family breaking apart. So you've got a mother, she's got like 3 other kids or something like that, right? She kills the baby. And from the point of view from the government is if they don't cover it up, if they tell the husband, then the whole family will just be destroyed. And so they've sort of been like massaging it. I don't know whether that's true, but it wouldn't surprise me. Witness for $50.
What the hell, mate? And
Thank
it
you very
looks
much.
like we have another
And now
Chad
the
of the
Chad
chat.
does what the Chad wants, and no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. These interloper drifters and loons have set us conspiracy theorists so far back after all the goodwill we gained from 2020. Yeah. It's absolutely infuriating. They think they ask why over and over is equal to is China morally shutting down sweatshops for the flu? Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
it's a false equivalency, definitely.
yeah. We're up to right. Okay. MTX for $10.
Oh, yeah, bruv.
Her husband paid for a nanny and they had family support. That woman had no excuse. And she was a nurse who was a doctor hopping, seeking a specific drug cocktail. She's not a victim. Her husband is. I mean, yeah, fuck, dude. Ex-husband. Now,
Yeah, but,
I mean, how
she has to live in a world ruled by men. So think about how hard that is.
dude, I feel for the fucking husband. You fucking come back to that shit. Fuck, man.
And then you see, and then this is what's so pernicious about it. Same thing with Candace Owens. You see the support, right? That is what psychologically breaks a man. It's one thing where something happens and then you have the support of society. Same thing with Austin Metcalf's, very quickly. Same thing with Austin Metcalf's father, where he saw all of the support around his son being killed. that does something to you psychologically.
You got like one child left, they're paralyzed from the waist down because the mother fucking like strangled them. Like, oh, come on, man. Fecal Frank, 1,000 jewels. Thank you very much, Ray.
Thank you.
Titus Smegamus for $5.
There's a picture.
It just got back from exploring Nagartha. Can we restart the stream since blacks can't perceive the future?
Very nice.
I look forward for your detailed notes of your time in Nagartha. Thanks very much, man. Chew the chickens for $5. Bit of a cope. Fishback went from 0 to 10% in one go. Yeah, I mean, stuff is shifting, and the machinations used to prevent a upswell of discontent are likely to get more devious and more forceful.
But you also
we'll have to see.
You have to understand that our enemies did a long march through the institutions. Okay, so there will be some things that will look good that you kind of have to wait for, and it keeps me going to, even though I don't know, I find the good in something happening. There's a lot of doomerism, and I've been doomer a couple of times on stream, letting these things get to me, and what keeps me sane is I look at history and how it's horrific, disease, death, just constantly. And like, did you think that you were going to live the rest of your life never having to like fight? Like we're in the middle of history right now, right? Do you really think you're going to like live your whole life where it was just going to be easy for the rest of your life? You know, and not fight for it.
Deep Calm for $5. Thank you, mate. How many of Dave's comedian friends' lives were ruined by woke mobs? What a pathetic ladder pulling F slur he actually turned out to be. Yeah.
I tried supporting him. I supported him when James Lindsay was going at him easily and obviously. But I mean, the more right wing I become, I have a no tolerance policy on working with the left at all in any capacity. I'd never seen it work.
Molokai for 100 sex. We all dated the same Dominican woman.
There's only one. There's only one Dominican woman, and she gets around.
There's only one Dominican woman. Exodus for $5.
Morning, bro.
No. If we just give a bajillion monies to Snap, they'll be able to eat right and shit, raise their IQ and shit, bro. Yeah, well, exactly, man.
For every $1 billion we spend, the IQ point goes up on one black person. Okay? Tell me that's bad opportunity cost?
It's basically Dane Geld at this point. Nig Geld, perhaps. You know? New GM for $20.
More rocking everywhere, baby.
the beautiful loser's grip is finally starting to loosen, and these dweebs, instead of wrapping an ounce of calcium around the limp rope they call a spinal column, they're trying to usurp the losers instead of rejoining history.
He is a moo, Dave Smith, by the way. Oddly enough.
Who is?
Dave Smith is a moo.
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
know. Ethnic moo.
I know.
I'm sorry. Mr. E slid right past you, though.
Well, we haven't had confirmation of that, but yeah. The denied wreath for $5. Hey, Boogeyman, take the tinfoil off that helmet. My TRT Floyd beam needs you to join the organic radical questioners army. The Queen's toes need you.
Sucking her toes. All they do is fucking suck her toes, and then you can see after he talks to her, he's like, "Oh, it wouldn't be right for my channel, Rob, if I talked." What are you talking about? Your channel needs the views. Your views are significantly down, Dave Smith. Very suspect indeed, don't we think?
Very. MTX for $10.
Oh, yeah, Rob.
Have a dancing job. The right memory hole that Candace Bentley 10 years ago was writing articles about wanting old white Republicans to not wake up from sleep and her envy of white women. She was never conservative. Yeah, I mean...
Even when that surfaces, she will say that she wrote that in late 2015 and early 2016 before she had her awakening in mid-2016. I believe that's what she would say, that she was, oh, no. I was conservative a few months after I wrote that. I'm telling you.
Theodore McCarthy, member for 7 months. Of course, they are bad rulers. They spent 1900 years with a country of their own, living in societies maintained by others. It was bred out of them.
Oh, I like it.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
Killer Bunnies for $10. Of course, Lionel likes the Beak Floyd, who's one of the founding members of a group that only formed out of mutual hatred of Charlie. He cared deeply for Charlie after all. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It really is a Floyd beam happening to these men. And dude, you making 16 live streams in like 7 days about Andrew Wilson. I'm never gonna see that ever again. That's why I have to immortalize it whenever I can.
You gotta grab the Floyd while it's hot, bro.
The Floyd by the horns.
Till we remember for 8 months. Thank you, mate. You ever bring back the 90s? It's
Cops.
90s cops. Oh,
We did that on Rumble once.
News.
Yes. There will be a time where I cannot be on YouTube as much, and I have 26 seasons of the original Cops, and I'm going to sit there and watch all of the episodes and comment on them and show you how, dude, there's an episode where it's a white cop, it's 1992, it's in Lynn, Massachusetts, and there's a guy that is hiding drugs, and the fucking cop slaps him on the back, and the guy like coughs and pukes out the drugs. He just goes, yeah, you like that? It's real. Then he goes to accost a black guy. I don't know if it's the same episode. He goes to a black guy. Same thing. The black guy has drugs in his mouth, and the black guy would rather die. He is not opening his mouth. Their knee is on his jaw, and he'd rather die than open his mouth and give him the drugs. It's two starkly different reactions. But comparing, I'd like to have a stat sheet of how many times it's a white guy, how many times it's a black guy, what the outcome was. I mean, fucking Washington Post has their like police shooter database, right? So this is very much a passion project, okay? That takes a lot going into it to do it the way that I want to do it, but thank you for the interest.
Nice. Foda Bet, member for 10 months. Hey, Foda. I'm 10 minutes from the Carmelo Anthony courthouse. I pray for peace, but I know I'm not heading over there if I can help it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's still cooking off in the background as well. Okay. Super chat's accomplished. Time for...
Cheer us up with something right now, okay?
Next, horror.
Oh, actually, I got one more from
Oh, you got
Rumble.
one more?
My bad. Hold on. Hold up.
Mate, my machine is lagging like fuck.
I just got caught in an AnF. Mr. Smalls, $14.05 from Rumble. Thank you so much. Great show. Carry on, lads. Absolutely. Thanks, bud. Appreciate
it. Right. So,
terrific.
the latest migrant scandal to hit the UK is both awful and hilarious in the way that only the UK can be. Okay. So it came out that the UK government is handing out migrant booklets to boat people, right? Instructing them that they shouldn't grape and they shouldn't grape people and stuff. Like,
so they're officially abos at this point.
It's funny how you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Okay. And so they keep trying to like push social constructivism, even in the face of like just the most retarded things ever. And they still, like, even when they have to acknowledge reality, they just still fall back to like, oh yes, well, we know that, they like to grape and they like to murder. But that's just because they haven't been told that it's wrong to grape and murder. And if we give them like lots of money and, cocoa and a comfy bed, right, they too will like join the liberal pantheon and become like just another Englishman like you and me. It's but the thing is, this shit is finally starting to crack. Okay.
Finally.
They have now basically imported enough migrants that's roughly equal to the population of Scotland. I think it's over like the last 15, 20 years, about 5 million people. Okay.
Sounds about right.
And they, they'll try and defect. They'll be like, oh, it's just the illegal migrants. It's not. It is not just the illegal migrants. They've been bringing in like people again. Oh, like, yes, he might be like a mass murderer, but he was here legally. No one, like, people are really starting to like not give a shit. And this is having some very interesting downstream consequences, which we're going to talk about. So this is the pamphlet, Understanding Behaviors and Expectations in the UK, a guide for asylum seekers. Now, the thing that just
this is giving the barbarians a fucking manual.
Yeah. This is literally like they're literally handing me to like fucking barbarians, basically, right? I mean, look at this. The only progress is at least the stick figures are brown, right? 5 years ago, all of the people in these would have been like white because it would have been like racist to color them brown. So there has been some progress. Okay. I, of course, was very interested to read this because I was not aware of a lot of this stuff.
Just very, very quickly, I just love the idea that one of them like rapes someone and then they go, this is still, yeah, that's still, okay. Well, sorry. I thought do you have it possibly not in English? How many languages would they need to write this in for the person to read it to even understand it?
I tried to find this out. Okay. And there's no available information on this. Now, one would assume that they are printing this in other languages, okay? But I do not know for sure, okay? And even if they are printing this in other languages, I bet this loses a lot in translation to fucking Somalian or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying, right? Like, in the UK, both people must say yes to sex. This is called consent. If you have sex with someone who does not want you, this is called grape. Grape is a serious crime. See, what they need to say is if you grape, we will cut off your hands. Right? I am increasingly understanding why it is that Islamic countries run the way that they do. Right? And like, you get all the Western people going like, oh my God, it's so, they like cut people's hands off and stuff. It's like, well, yeah. Have you seen the kind of fucking people that they're trying to like control? You talk to anyone from the fucking Middle East, right? They'll tell you this, okay? They need like, they call them strongman leaders, like people like fucking Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi. They need, because it's the only kind of people that can fucking like keep these dudes like in check.
It seems like they need to make an example out of a few people in their population too to let them know that they're fucking not fucking around. You know?
It's still grape if you're in a relationship. They agreed once, but changed their mind. If you have sex without consent, you could go to prison, right? And you'll get like a warm room and
like, 3 hots in the cot.
These people don't have a concept. these people don't have a concept of the future. So I don't know why the fuck you're threatening them with prison. It's not going to work, right? But everyone's the same, bro. Don't you know, right? All these people they're bringing over, they're basically just English people with different colored skin. Don't you know, right? The funniest thing is the way, like the next line, this will affect your asylum claim. It's the only thing they fucking care about. Right? Only thing they fucking care about.
Wait a minute. If you go into another non-Western country and you grape a woman, are you under the impression that you stay in the country? Why is it only white countries where you have to write that in a fucking pamphlet?
It's so fucking retarded. And like I've got a clip from the current Mahmoud, Shabana Mahmoud, the current Home Secretary. Yes, that's right.
Shabana Mahmoud.
Yeah, Mahmoud, right? And people started sending her questions being like, you know, why can't we like deport more people? And she's like, oh, you know, it's really complicated and right. It is illegal to harass people. In the UK, everyone has the right to feel safe in public. You must never make sexual comments to strangers, approach someone repeatedly if they are not interested, follow someone, or block their path. Okay, great. In the UK, men and women are equal. You are telling this to 70 IQ Muslims. You are fucking
Inbred.
retarded. Like,
at least a third of them are inbred.
The Ummah cares not for the laws of the kafar. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, I know it's my religion, but I guess I'm going to choose these laws over my religion. Said no one.
Yeah, right. Like, we're not just biding our time, like, to overthrow your government or anything. Right. Look at the top right portrait as well. Right? It's like the Muslim lady with like the glasses, and she's like smiling. Everyone's like happy. Men and women are treated the same. Women can work, study, travel, and make their own choices. You know, treating someone unfairly because of their gender is not acceptable here. It can be against the law. You might lose your asylum support. Oh no.
Might.
Might. Yeah.
There's no hard rules here. Could affect.
The fucking memes of this have been glorious.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine how easy this is to use AI on it to make it look fucking perfect.
These are so good, right? Like, one of the things I love about AI is how easy it is to subvert shitty government messaging.
Yeah.
Right? We've got like this one.
It looks perfect.
Oh my god.
They actually gave the animals eyes. They didn't even give the people eyes. So the AI is actually better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Please do not eat swans, carps, cats, or dogs. Please do not gouge out my dog's eyes during your stay in my home.
It is that fucking ridiculous, dude.
So these all of these things are taken from like real things that have happened, basically.
Right.
This one is a banger. Most people, both people must consent to sex. If those migrants could read, they'd be very upset. Removing the testicles of non-consenting persons is illegal in the UK. In the UK, you cannot remove the testicles of an individual who did not request it. Attempting to sell the testicles on the black market is strictly prohibited and may result in prison time. Murdering an individual with the intention of removing their testicles carries additional penalties and may affect your asylum claim. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. Teenager was murdered and his testicles removed by a gang who believed they could sell them for nearly £100,000 on the black market.
Wow, how do they get these ideas in their head? Why would you think that?
Oh my god, just get rid of these fucking people. Like, for fuck's sake, right?
Hey, let's be fair. Let's be fair toward our enemies, okay?
I think this.
Let's start a political party. Hey, wait, Fish, why don't you start a political party with them? Don't you want to appeal to everyone in the country, right?
No.
What about your Now, when you say populist messaging, you're meaning something very specific, aren't you? You're meaning white people in the populist messaging.
This is the only pamphlet they should be giving fucking people. Fuck off.
Right.
Right? And you like catapult them like back. it is illegal to stab people.
This is what they're saying.
This is what they're saying. It is wrong to murder young girls at a dance class. In the UK, children have a right not to be stabbed to death. We're not rigidly enforcing this right. I
love that it may affect the asylum claim.
The way the government is approaching this as well is like, they're bringing in like 1 million sharks, basically, right? And they're just like, they're waiting until the sharks like bite people, and then they're like, oh, that's a bad shark. It's like,
you can't defend yourself from the shark. The shark has to attack you until you can defend yourself.
That's very illegal to defend yourself. Raping women while holding a knife to their boyfriend's throat is illegal in the UK.
He looks very stern.
Now,
isn't that funny how that police officer actually looks more stern than any of your actual police officers?
Yeah, that's true.
If only your cops look like that.
I mean, they do have cops that are like that, but they only bring them in for like protests and stuff like that, TSG. Otherwise, and the thing is, this week was another week in the UK. It was like, tons more like migrant crime. It's just every day.
Do you
sexually assaulting farm
animals?
Do you have
a non-emergency police line and an emergency police line? That's what it said in the last one. I don't know I don't know what's true and what's not right now.
Sorry, say that again.
A non-emergency police line and an emergency police line.
Yes.
So
we
what
have
is
an
the
emergency and a non-emergency police line?
What is non-emergency police? Like,
so emergency is basically meant to be like when you're in very serious danger, and the other line is meant to be for, like, functionally speaking, if you ring either, like if you ring the sort of the proper one, they'll probably get you. If you ring the other one, they're probably just not going to give a shit, really.
Like, why the fuck would you have a non-emergent that they're going to be calling all the time? The most complainiest, mooiest people are going to be calling all the fucking time. I know it's not an emergency, but here it better be an emergency. That's a foreign concept to me.
Apparently, there's a non-emergency police line in the US too. Yamong.
What is it? Information? 411? What the fuck?
I don't know.
It's 911. What do we have? What? No, they can't be. Like what?
Right. So, protect your sheep, obviously. Now, this has resulted in the usual talking heads, but this is what I want to document. Okay, I have been banging on about this issue now for years. Really, right? It's one of the reasons why I stopped my last show, which turned out to be like a good thing because I started working with you, Ardy, right? But the last episode of my last show, Happening TV, was when I was talking about a train that was like outside of London, and this stabnig just went through an entire train and just stabbed basically everybody. I think there were like 25 like victims. None of them could defend themselves because defending yourself is illegal, right? And I mean, there are very, very serious problems in the UK. And part of it is you've got to allow law-abiding people to fucking defend themselves, right? This whole country is like what happened to Daniel Perry, but just on crack, right? You're just not allowed to defend yourself like in any way, shape or form.
Their understanding is as long as it is not under 16, they think that it's okay. And if the girl is, for example, coming out of the club quite drunk, asking for a lighter, to them it's okay. She's giving the green light. So, but I interrupted for a guy.
You've had that happen. So you've had that happen.
Yes, definitely, 100%. I interrupted for a person, his asylum interview, and he said he was gay. But a few months later, I was called to a police station. Basically, he was waiting outside a club. I won't name it. But first, he assaulted a girl. I assume they were over 17 because they were coming out of the club, so they had to be old enough. But university student. But that girl managed to get away. And this guy disappeared. A couple of hours came back again. And then started following this quite vulnerable girl because she was high and drunk, and followed her while she was walking home. And in a car park, he raped her. No protection, no nothing. And that girl was destroyed. He didn't show any remorse at all. Even in the court, like, he kept saying, it's not like I killed someone.
Yeah. So That's that's the everyday experience of tons of people now,
right,
across the UK, right? People are getting pissed off, okay, and they are deploying the usual soy bots to say the soothing words, but it doesn't seem like it's working. Where this is going to go, I'm not sure.
When Donald Trump's
Who's interviewing him?
we're discussing when Donald Trump stops becoming president of the United States, becomes a prime
Stops becoming president?
Always Donald Trump, right? Like
stops becoming
everyone
president.
is just like tons of the soy elite, as I've said a number of times, they left America when Trump got in, and they are just like basically camping out here waiting for him to be gone so they can come back and institute new COVID censorship. Oh, they've got plans. I hope you're ready for those plans, Ardy. Right? They're gonna touch you in very intimate ways.
He thinks it's appropriate to just grab all of them by the
Yeah, I think it's
pussy.
disgusting.
Should he be allowed in?
If under our laws, if you've got a criminal record.
So this guy is saying that Trump is basically equal to a 70 IQ Stabnig, right? Because he doesn't see race. He doesn't see IQ. Everybody's the same. This is like when they write the history of this era.
Yeah.
This idea of racial egalitarianism is probably going to be the headstone for millions of deaths.
Yeah,
it's
and
going
why,
to be like Lysenkoism.
Why did he have a 5-year-old draw his eyes?
I've got no idea. There's something really wrong with his fucking eyes, man.
Nothing's right with this guy. His body's rejecting his soul.
For such a thing, but I think you'd have to have a criminal record in that scenario.
No, but you're talking about
No, but I'm talking. But we're not talking.
You're saying we don't want people in this country who have cultural
Yeah, see, look, again, they can't say it. They can't. They can't.
They'll combust.
Bring themselves to say what is blindingly obvious at this point. We are literally getting to the point of like the government saying, "Oh, Tavarish, we have hit a bumper wheat crop this quarter, and everyone is dying of famine." That's how bad this fucking shit is getting, right? They're like, it's insanity.
Well, it's like America.
Hold on,
It's like
pause
America.
this, pause this. Remember in the United States, you saw fiery but mostly peaceful, and it was like an iconic screen grab. How is this not your iconic fucking screen grab? It just says "Don't rape women." Like, this is iconic. How did it get to the point where fiery but mostly peaceful? How did you get to the point where that has to be said on fucking screen? Should I also not shit where I eat? What else should I not do?
Listen, it's part of day culture, right? You don't want to be like a white supremacist, Ardy, okay, right?
Wow.
Like, what you need to do
I kind of do. No, this kind of makes me want to be a white supremacist. I'm not going to lie. This is having the opposite effect, Fist.
Has that street shit been through a government-approved education program run by some weirdo white woman to tell them not to shit in the streets?
The social workers instead of the police.
Oh, my fucking God.
America doesn't letting people with certain criminal records. I think we should be rather strict on that, but I think we should also have some blanket policies where we are unable to deal with the issue of large numbers of countries who cannot refuse to obey our laws, that we do not allow those people into our country.
I don't think anyone thinks that people who are not prepared to obey our laws should be allowed.
No, they do. No, the Home Office, they literally had to do a leaflet. They literally had to do a leaflet to tell those men what
Whoa,
she's
The
breaking.
leaflet is explaining what the laws of the country are.
and giving a little waggy finger and telling them not to do it. But
No,
the
it
point
doesn't
is,
give a
these
waggy
people.
Wow.
Don't worry. She's exactly the same, right? She doesn't
She'll reel
see
it in.
race, right? England is like a civic nationalist like thing. Like they are going to literally rip themselves apart trying to ignore the pointy end of this clearly happening dilemma. Right, like this is going to be crazy to watch. I fully expect some of these people to like literally go insane, right, as they try and like hold these two completely contradictory ideas in their head at the same time. It's so fucking Orwellian.
It's a pervasive cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
It's gonna lead to like executive dysfunction. Like people can't operate in society well with that going on.
R.C. McBalls, I smell toast.
The stroke joke.
It's a fucking cerebral aneurysm joke. Oh, well done. Good sir, well done. Oh, dude.
Oh, it is.
Welcome
the
aboard.
whole tone of it is a don't do that.
Julia, the
Rape's bad. Don't rape. Yes, it is.
The document says that if you break the laws of this country,
Pause
you will
it.
face very severe.
She
penalties.
sounds like us on stream right now, but on TV. She sounds like one of us right now. Uh-oh. Something's waking up in her.
Oh, mate.
It doesn't say that at all. It says you could lose. You could.
Don't worry, Julia. None of the migrants speak enough English to get that subtle distinction.
Well, people only care once it affects them. So she goes, wait a minute, we have to tell them? Because, like, it's like you say, they don't have to live around these people, right? So she's reading this, and she's like, they have to be given a pamphlet for this. Well, then I'm not going to be safe.
No, well, what's happened, I think I covered this on the last show, is that the government has announced that they're moving a bunch of the migrants out from the cities into, like, places like where this bint lives.
Yes.
Right? So they will find, like, look, everyone has to, like, share their fair share of the burden. Suddenly it's a burden, right? Before it was a glorious, like, migrants, like, they've helped us so much, and, like, you know, the diversity and stuff. Now these people are going to feel the cost of these policies that were placed firmly on the urban poor, and they did not give a fuck. They called everyone who complained, like, oh, you're racist, you're well, suck it.
Well, this is what I say about the moves, where it's like all of your NGOs, you've never done anything for whites. It's been everybody except for whites and Christians the entire time, all of your thousands of NGOs, so this is why we don't care.
Now, I have heard people say, you know, look, we shouldn't, like, blame the oblivious middle class, but I have no sympathy. And the reason why I have no sympathy is because they are the primary opinion drivers of a lot of the elites. Okay? These people need to, like, stop getting invited to, like, dinner parties. They need to be, like, iced out of social situations. They need to feel, finally, some kind of consequence. You know, like, there's tons of these kinds of people making fucking bank, like, hand over fist of these people, right? They're providing, like, accommodation services, providing them with food, or, you know, providing them with fucking yoga lessons and shit. You should see some of the video going around of these, like, people, they, like, break into, like, the migrant hotels. They've got these entire, like, luxury hotels just filled with migrants, right? Being paid for by the government. Like, oh, mate, it is sickening.
Could.
Well, if you're convicted, yes.
Yeah, you could. They won't. A lot of them. Is this not an admission that a lot of these men are dangerous and they shouldn't be in our country? And if they are in our country, they should absolutely be kept behind bars.
Why are they dangerous, Julia? Is it their culture? It's their culture. It's their culture. What is it that created their culture? Oh, I bet it was the bad white men. Oh, just fucking. You're gonna learn, woman. You are gonna learn. They'll dump 1,000 fucking, like, Somalians in your fucking sweet little Somerset town, right? And you will finally feel the sting that everybody else has had to, like,
it's quite a sting.
It is quite the sting, right?
And deportation camps.
I think it's a recognition. I think the government is facing up to something which other people have focused on, which is there are cultural differences.
Called it
Here, and we need to be very clear to people coming into this country that they need to abide by laws and by our culture. This is where I'm bemused at the criticism here. You know, we had a period for a long time when the government, particularly people on the left, would not acknowledge.
Pause this real quick. You guys take the fucking strongly worded letter thing to a whole nother level. But this is why we're writing it down. Like, that is. That is fucking unbelievable. It really is good for the Ameribros to see this vested. Things I can't imagine otherwise.
Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I like the Americans, because they never fucking right. I mean, you know, if you wanted to do it to the Americans, you'd have to do it in a very, very different way, right? The British are they're so used to things working. Like, they still cannot believe, like really at heart, like, that they've been betrayed in this way.
Respect cultural differences. We should say to people from other cultures, come on, they've got a different culture to us. let it go. We've just got to accept that. And we've got to suck it up. Now the government is actually saying, no, we're not going to suck it up. We're going to be very clear. We're going to tell people what's the difference.
Girls and
We're not going to suck it up. We wrote a strongly worded letter. It's real. You're not kidding. You're usually kind of joking, I assume. But then I go back in my brain and I go, every time he said that, was he joking? Is this really what they do? It's fucking psychotic, dude.
It's so insane.
girls and women who are being sexually harassed and raped and sexually assaulted ones.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of this document. This document is
Do you think that if this document had been handed round kebab shops in Rochdale and Rotherham over the last 20 years, that all those girls would have been saved from being gang raped every night?
Well, that's a different issue. I think
Well, they would have been told they were.
That's a very different issue.
That's the issue. That is the reason why wait, if that's not the reason why the pamphlet's made, then why the fuck is the pamphlet made? In order for you to know that they think that,
if they'd handed these out, they would just laugh at you, right? Like they.
Well, no, they wouldn't want to be rude.
They respond to strength. All of this liberal fucking circle jerking just signals to them that you are weak and you need to be like taken advantage of.
Wasn't acceptable. So
hold on.
Right?
No, but
did this guy get his eye stabbed out?
I don't know.
I mean, he seems pretty loyal to the cause, right?
I guess so. Like,
right?
Perhaps he really is a lizard person. He's just like, he's lizarding out,
And back to exactly the point I'm making. They weren't told that, and they should have been told that.
They didn't know it wasn't okay to anally rape a 14-year-old.
No.
Oh, they just didn't know that.
No, of course people knew rape was wrong.
But if they'd been given this leaflet, then they wouldn't have done it, right?
Julia,
I don't understand. It either works or it doesn't.
But now we're moving on to a different thing.
It's a magic leaflet. It stops rape and sexual assault.
No, hang on a second. So now you're moving away from what do we do about asylum seekers to what do we do about people in this country who are British citizens who
see, the rapists that are here legally, right? They have the magic piece of paper. Okay, so they magically have become British. They're just as British as you and me, bruv.
I love, no matter, I've experienced this in the United States. Not the degree of sympathy I'm developing for you right now. It is never time to talk about the issues in your country. Even with this woman, who we don't like this woman, okay? Even she's had enough, and he's using Destiny debate, bro. You're pivoting, man. You're pivoting. You're shifting the goalpost. He's like, no. This is completely different. While she's trying to expect. There is no depth in your political conversations. It never goes any deeper than the surface level. It's fascinating.
Yeah, well, because it's illegal to go any this is
that's
the thing.
Yeah, right.
They meet a whole bunch of shit just illegal to say, right? It's not again, much like with the civil rights thing in the US, right? People are like, oh, why is this happening? Because you passed laws to make it happen, and these laws are enforced by the coercive power of the state. It didn't just drop out of the fucking sky, you moron.
No, but you're saying the problem is they don't know. So you give them advice they do know.
I'm not saying the problem is they don't know. I'm not saying the problem.
You're saying the Home Office is doing the right thing because they're informing them.
I'm saying part of I think a huge part of the problem in relation to the grooming gangs is for too long the authorities said we have to accept cultural differences. We have to accept
cultural differences.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking.
They can't give it up. They can't give it up. They're like, the Pakistanis, they're just white people, right? With you just put some brown paint on them, right?
I'm gonna make a difference to his functioning eye culturally. I'll make a fucking difference to it, all right?
That was the reason why they weren't stopped and prosecuted.
And there's another culture over there.
That wasn't the reason why the girls were originally being gang raped.
No.
It's one culture over there. Another culture over there. Now,
look at how moody he looks. Go back to that. Look at how moody he looks at the very end. He's got the shoulders up and he's like, but it's different when we do it.
No, this guy, Dan Hodges, he's like a massive shit lib. And I think he is moosh, actually, because I've seen him on Twitter. He's got the brackets around his name. He's always there defending this or that. This is Nick Ferrari. LBC is sort of the talk radio sort of shit lib containment.
Wasn't Majid Nawaz on there?
Yeah, Nawaz was on there, and then he got, I think, kicked off. And anyway, look, even people like Nick Ferrari are talking about it.
No audio.
Oh, fuck.
Do your thing, baby. It's
Do your
your thing,
thing.
baby.
I wish I could figure out why it keeps doing that.
You know, you don't have to. Here, let me buy you some time. Fellas.
No, it's okay. I got it.
Just really quickly. Fellas. Okay. Fellas, if you wanna join the channel, okay, tomorrow, I really should just make this clear. Tomorrow, I will be watching a video that I made in 2018, and you can hear me say such things as this, and you'll be heavily encouraged to make fun of me, okay?
They think they're a race, and that holds them back. You know who doesn't really fucking consider themselves a race? The Jews.
It has to be behind the paywall. It has to be behind the paywall. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. So if you want to check that out tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time.
That's gonna be gold.
It's gonna hurt.
Where did you learn that you can't have sex?
Wait, hang on.
Sure.
Where did you learn that you're not allowed to beat your wife? Where did you learn that you can't have sex with children under the age of 16? Where did you learn that to have sexual relations you need consent from both parts? I doubt you learnt it from a government booklet, did you? No, and that's the reality, the consequences of importing people from cultures where, to use the doctor's point, they stand 181 out of 181 countries for areas such as this.
Again, culture. It's their culture.
Having sex or sexual contact with a child under 16. We need to tell the arrivals that this is wrong.
The arrivals!
This is an admission of danger, isn't it?
Hold on.
Or harm.
Had they started calling them arrivals? Is that a new one? To tell the arrivals.
Maybe. I mean, I guess. Like, the arrivals. I mean, and again, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to act like it's just the illegal migrants that are doing this. You know what I mean? They're all, I don't know. The establishment is like shit scared that the right are going to get into power and they're going to like undo. I mean, even reform, like potentially, I don't know. I think like they're going to undo like the liberal tabula rasa project, and they'll finally be able to they'll finally have to admit that not everyone anywhere in the world is exactly the same, and the downstream effects will be horrible.
Girls' genitals. Again, this is an admission of failure, isn't it? It goes on and on and on and on. This is extraordinary. And now all the people, some of you who phoned me and have phoned this radio station and expressed valid concerns because of the arrival of mostly undocumented young males, and at the very least you've been called Little Englanders, at the worst you've been called racists. How does the government respond to that now? Because now we can see your concerns are absolutely right. This admission of danger is utterly now implicit in putting this out. Why else would they need to do that? This is an abject admission of failure and an admission of danger.
I'm sorry, who's right? Who is he saying was right?
He's saying the Little Englanders, the whites, right? The working class. He means the working class.
And he called them that's what he called them? Why was he like coaching his language like that?
No,
Little England.
No, Little Englander is a pejorative. You wouldn't get this. This is a cultural thing.
Right.
Okay. So a Little Englander means like a provincial gammon racist. Okay, right? They're not on board with like the image
you're
of a global Britain, right? They're still attached to like a specific place. They think they have a right to like not be invaded by migrants and not be displaced. Very problematic. So
towny, rural.
You want to see how the fucking government minister responded to this shit?
Nope, you're gonna have to make me.
This is fucking insane.
Can I take your attention, please, to the front page of the Daily Mail this morning to slightly separate matters, where we read that ministers have been forced to tell asylum seekers don't rape women. These are pamphlets now being offered by the Home Office to people who are arriving here claiming asylum. Why are these pamphlets necessary?
Well, look, I mean, I don't know the background to these
pamphlets. But what I do know is that it's of course absolutely right that we explain to people what the rule of law in this country is, what the consequences will be for people if they don't abide by the laws of this country, and those consequences are very severe for somebody seeking asylum, for example. If they break the law, they will have their asylum claim completely cancelled at that point, and they will face deportation to where they came from. So
these are the rules of the road. You're not issuing asylum seekers pamphlets saying these are the rules on littering. You're issuing pamphlets about not raping women. Is this the government acknowledging that some asylum seekers, not all, some asylum seekers, are a risk to women?
Oh my God.
Look, I mean, I think, as I say, I don't know that.
Just a straight answer. That's why I started laughing, dude, because there's no way you're going to give a straight answer. They're all of your politicians are the most politician-y politician. We say we don't hate our journalists enough. You guys don't hate your politicians enough, dude. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
The background to these particular.
Well, I could give you the background. It's all over the papers this morning.
It's part of a. Yeah, of course. It's part of a range of. We have a range of measures that we're doing to
just on this
to ensure that our
pamphlet.
asylum system is robust. And we've seen, I think, also out today, are figures showing that the number of failed asylum seekers who've been deported has risen in the last 2 years.
That's right.
to over
And the government has
80,000.
done a lot
That's
on that.
doubling.
But
That's doubling.
82,000.
My dear Lord.
82,000. They have imported like 5 million people.
Pivot, whataboutism. Well, see, now the funny thing about that is that's how all your dog shit answers start in this fucking country.
You need to press on this, because there'll be lots of people watching this who will be very concerned by this, the apparent necessity for this pamphlet. So if this is the government acknowledging that there is some risk among these group of people who arrive about the safety of women, how can the government reassure people that those asylum seekers...
Also, notice the way this is framed too. No one gives a fuck about the safety of men. There was literally a fucking 80-year-old male pensioner who was like raped by an asylum seeker.
What the? Wait a minute.
English
They're
town.
raping old men?
Oh yeah, dude, they'll grape like literally anything that moves, right? Like, it is
I'm listening.
Insane. It is insane.
Can be let into communities when there is a risk that the government is trying to mitigate here by giving them a pamphlet about safety of women and girls.
Look, we have taken a huge number of steps to speed up the asylum process. Those who have no right to be here are being removed, and they are being removed quickly.
Do you think anyone wants to hear speed up the asylum process? We're going to get them in here quicker, is all you're fucking saying, lady, you psycho.
It's insane.
Yeah, that isn't the point, though, is it? Sorry to interrupt you, because we've talked extensively about those measures on this program. I think the new thing that we're trying to address this morning is this somewhat extraordinary pamphlet from the Home Office, which is specifically saying to asylum seekers, child abuse is wrong, do not rape women. So consent is what we agree to in this country. Why would you give that to a group of asylum seekers if you didn't feel concerned they might not already?
See, you know what's going to happen.
Holy shit, dude! This is different.
They're just going to stop issuing them. I mean, anybody, right? They'll just be like, "Oh, we better stop issuing the pamphlets." Right, like that would be the from the government's point of view, that would be the intelligent thing, right? Well, we can't stop taking them in, right? We can't do anything about it. Well, we'll just Why
are you inviting people? This is what I mean. I say we, but you've been saying this for years now. Why would you invite people in that don't understand these cultural customs? So I see what you're saying. This is a massive shift. As sad as it is.
And you have to understand that that's the interpretation that will be of those in the community where they might be housed in the new schemes. Do you understand that connection in people's minds?
So I'm pretty sure all of this is related to the fact that they are moving them to outside the cities, to the areas that these two presenter people, right? That's where they'll have their holiday homes. Okay, it was fine when the poor parts of London were being destroyed, right? That's totally fine. Okay, it's fine when Rotherham and Birmingham, that was all fine. Now you want to start putting them right where Aiden and Poppy go horse riding. Oh no, right? And class is a very, very big thing in the UK. There is still quite a large class system, and this is very much like a class thing. Okay, for ages they wanted to like punish the working class because, oh my God, you're racist and na. And now, wait, we're gonna have to deal with it.
I fully appreciate that people in communities are concerned around asylum hotels. They're concerned around houses of multiple occupancy being taken up by those seeking asylum. And that's why we've taken huge steps to close down these hotels, to process the applications much more quickly, to get those numbers down significantly, to remove people from this country who have no right to be here, whose applications have not been successful, and also to remove people who have broken the law, who perhaps have been granted asylum. We recognise completely the concern around these issues, which is why we've taken a whole range of steps to mitigate and to deal with them.
So what are these steps? Well, let's hear from Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood.
Oh, you're in trouble. That's not a good sign.
Of the Cotswolds Mahmoods, obviously, right?
If you have to hawk a loogie to say her name, you're in trouble.
Family stretches back for generations, right? And by the way, you are regarded like as an irredeemable racist if you like point this out. Okay.
Hi Politics UK, I'm Shabana Mahmood and I'm going to be answering your followers' questions around the government's work.
Now, this is unusual, okay? That the government is actually engaging with people posting on Twitter. It was basically government policy for ages that they would just ignore. And like if for example, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, right? He just never turns on replies, okay? Because from his point of view, right, he doesn't need to listen to the filthy kuffar, okay? Because of course he's fucking Muslim, okay? But Mahmood is, I mean, Labour might, I mean, this issue could destroy the current political order. And so they're finally like, oh shit, maybe we should, actually respond to some questions.
The Royal Navy actually did this before, but there was no reduction in small boat numbers. The truth is, the Border Security Command have the same capabilities and technology as the Navy. I understand the appeal of saying, just push these boats back to France.
I'm sorry. I think you misunderstood the question that people are asking, right? People are not asking you to push the boats back to France. People are asking you to shoot them in the middle
the
of
boats.
the channel. Sink them, right? On the assumption that after like 50 or 100 of them die, they will stop coming, right?
You know, like how they do it in their host countries, right?
Yes, that's
what
right,
they understand.
exactly. Right, the Polish model, perhaps.
But firstly, these boats are so flimsy, you would knock people into the sea. That would mean killing people.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Like, yes, we can only kill people in Russia or Iran.
For those of you that don't know, the Polish model, as we showed last stream, there were these whatever immigrants trying to go up to the Polish border, and they were like, "Shoot us!" and he just shot him, and he goes, "Ah!"
It's like, I'm leaving, sir.
Wrong whites. That's ethno-nat whites.
I am not willing to do that. You would also end our relationship with the French, and it is thanks to their support that we have brought boat numbers down this year.
The French have been fucking the English on this very issue for ages and ages and ages and ages, years and years and years. This has gone on, right? The English pays hundreds of millions of dollars to the French. The French allow these huge migrant camps in Calais, which is like the shortest point across the English Channel. They come across, and then every so often something bad will happen, and for a brief period of time, the French will like demand more money. They'll do like the minimum possible like stuff, and then it'll go back to normal.
There is more to be done, and we must be relentless, but the Navy isn't the answer. Look, I hear this one a lot. People saying if we just tore it up, we'd suddenly solve everything. Unfortunately, it isn't true. If we leave the ECHR, we torch relationships with partners who we rely on, partners like Germany, who are helping us crack down on the...
Okay, so she's talking about the European Convention on Human Rights, okay?
Fucking
now,
human
European
rights.
Convention on Human Rights is a big reason why you will get migrants in the UK who get convicted of horrible crimes and then can't be deported because shit like my son doesn't like the chicken nuggets in a foreign country, or like, you know, if I get deported back to the country I'm from, I might face like inhumane treatment. By the way, right, like I want to point out, according to Lord Miles, the Afghanis have said like, yeah, send all the Afghanistan like rapists back to Afghanistan. We'll fucking execute them all. Because the Taliban, they don't like rapists, because the war in Afghanistan, they were fighting the Kandaharis, right? The Kandaharis are the boy enjoyers. It's, you know, like all the bad stories you heard about that shit from Afghanistan was the Kandaharis. And the Taliban, they hate those people. So they're like, oh yeah, totally send them back. They're like, oh no, what about the poor rapist? What about the victim?
Supply chain of dinghies, like France, who are tackling the gangs on the beaches, and a whole host of countries who we deport and return people to. If we tore all that up, we will be in a worse place than we are now. There are laws we can adjust right here, and that is what we are doing in our new asylum and immigration bill, because that's how you actually build on returns that are up 52% under this government.
Oh yeah, they're up from like what, 800 to like 1,000. Wow.
Oh my Lord.
Like, okay, I don't know if those are the actual figures, but when they couch stuff in terms of percentage, it's usually because if they said the raw numbers, everyone would be like, oh, fuck off.
Every week, planes lift off from this country to return those with no right to be here. Over 80,000 criminals and immigration offenders have been returned since the election, and that is the highest rate in nearly a decade.
How many people have come in that period? So they've deported 80,000. How many of those victimized someone in the country before they were deported? Like, oh, well, they won't tell you. They're already trying to like block. It's like someone's trying to get released like crime numbers based on ethnicity, which they are already not keen on recording. But apparently there is some data, and the government's like, no, we can't release that because everybody knows what it's going to say.
But I agree that we must go further. Deportations are often frustrated by lengthy appeals, many of them vexatious. That is why I am pursuing significant reform to our appeals courts and our laws to ensure that those here illegally are swiftly.
I guess we'll see. I'm not hopeful. And just finally, I know we're a little bit over time, but I want to play this. Now, this is James O'Brien. He is the UK's premier soy being. Right? Like broadcasting soy being. He was like, there's just, if it's anything to do with the non-white, right? Like he's there, he's front and center. He was sucking off Jason Ardy, the disgraced Cambridge professor. He's like, he is soy personified. And he's sad, bros. He's very, very sad. We live in a society now.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
It's doing that thing. You know, when it does that thing. It's off the chain, baby.
It doesn't give me a notification on the actual window I'm using.
Fellas, check out the Frojax conversation with this fucking moo after the stream. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. They did a great job.
Unbelievable job.
Now, we're talking about deporting people just for being people who are here legally.
Oh, well, as long as they're graping people legally.
We're going to deport people who've currently got every right to be here. We're going to take their right to be here away.
Every right.
Deport them. What?
It's their right to be here.
Listen, bro, they got a piece of paper in it, right? A piece of paper says they're English.
On earth would that be like for a child today? If they were to stumble across the wrong or the right headline, if they were to find themselves witnessing a conversation, overhearing a conversation in the kitchen between family members about whether or not we're on this.
Oh no, someone might overhear a conversation. Oh,
what do they look like in his head? Like what is he imagining in his head as he's saying that?
He imagines World War II movies like Schindler's List. That's what he is imagining. Okay, to him, every single migrant chancer that comes over here is basically the moose fleeing the holly. This is
what else
the
could it
Goy
be, really?
Beam. Yeah. This is the Goy Beam personified, right? this sort of sense of like every single person fleeing any and a lot of these people, they aren't even fucking fleeing anything, but that doesn't matter to him, right? And he in the film, right, I guess he's like the dude hiding the Somalians under the floorboards, right, while they like destroy his I don't even know if he's got a family.
List whether or not we're likely to be, if someone who is being treated with a relative degree, certainly being treated like a proper politician on Twitter, and sits in the House of Commons, he's talking about deporting millions of people.
Yes.
And you are of foreign extraction. How do you know he doesn't mean you? We live in a country.
What is this language you people use? These arrivals, foreign extraction. Are you? These really are lizard people that have been on Earth for a short amount of time.
It's because there's a bunch of speech that is illegal. Okay, you have to understand this. Everything about speech in the UK is distorted by the fact that a bunch of shit you can say is functionally illegal. This distorts everything. Okay, 35 seconds for this. Okay, this is the response of the UK Prime Minister bros.
As a government, we have a very clear UK law. You will be removed from the country, and we have seen that in relation to immigration, where removals are significantly up. I'm currently working to ensure that foreign national offenders who can be removed from the prison system are removed from that system. So it follows that if we're taking this approach, people are made it's made explicitly clear what the UK law is and what the societal norms of the UK are, and that's why this approach is being taken.
Great.
So are you guys saying that you're removing them while keeping them there? Is that what's going on?
The problem is all of the really bad populations, you can't remove them because the countries that they come from are like non-functioning, supposedly. Okay, so you can't deport the Sudanese. You can't deport the Afghanis, as far as I'm aware. So again, right, like, and this problem is central to the way like the legal regime is like structured. I await Mahmoud's asylum bill to see if it'll do anything. I am not hopeful, but on the other hand, right, like nothing gets a political party moving like having an issue where their political enemies are like kicking your ass and they see like, you know, possible electoral defeat in their eyes, right? Remember, like Burnham only just got in. They had like 2 years of queer Starmer, 2-tier queer the Lama Hama. That was absolutely fucking disastrous. And if they don't fix something sharpish, then it's going to be the usual pattern. They're going to get defeated in the next election, and then it'll take 15 years before anyone's fucking stupid enough to vote for them again. So, yeah, there you go.
Right.
I think we've got
I
some
feel
supers,
much
actually.
better about my country. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That's what I'm here for, mate. Dread Cthulhu for $5. Am I insane, or is the cycle closing in and accelerating, repeating more quickly? Didn't we just do this migrant grape booklets announcement in 20 or 23? Probably. But as I was saying, they're about to move them out into like the upper middle class areas. So this has suddenly gained a sort of urgency that it didn't previously have. Luigi got shrooms for $5. How do you guys prevent yourselves from being blackpilled? The right are evidently a bunch of idiots that are okay with commies being elected. I don't know, mate.
Well, I don't. At a certain point, I just refuse to feel that way because I know that they want you to be blackpilled, right? So
Yeah.
I'm an atheist. I don't. It's extra. Some would say extra difficult, but it's really spite and hate driven. That's really what it is. You know how like the more cantankerous you are, like I'm gonna live to be like 130 because I have so much hate. You know, like how's that old man still alive? He's chain smoking. You ask him how, like, what's your secret? And he starts telling you about something 70 years ago, a woman that fucking pissed him off or something that happened. That's gonna be me.
Deep Calm for $5. Hey, Deep Calm. The corporate Memphis art style makes this much more dystopian, like putting padding inside of the Iron Maiden. Yeah, I know. The Memphis art style, in my opinion, just makes everything they use it on, like so much more dystopian. Dillweed for $5. Thank you, mate. Can an American non-black get away with stuff like this in England? Or does being from America erase the non-factor? Look, if you're a non from like anywhere, you can get away with this shit. You just pretend that you don't speak English and oh no, officer, no one told me. Yeah, you can get away with it. New GM for $5. Send all squatters in the West to Jerusalem without regard to origin immediately. I agree. Israel is starved of diversity. Soul on the Lich for $10. Thank you, mate.
Let me just sneak my way in here. Hold on.
She's been articleized.
Dude, I articleize people. I love it. And that's where I got it from, fellas. If you see me saying that. That is great.
Very nice. Dissident Night for $10 Australian dollars. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you gonna call? Bent Buster. There's something weird and it looks dysgenic. Who are you gonna call? Bent Busters. I ain't afraid of no groid.
Not bad. On the fly.
Hilarious. Thank you very much, Dissident Night. Matty Ice for $10. As cathartic as it is to hear Julia being aghast at his retardation, tomorrow she will be calling a guest a racist for saying what she's saying now. She will wake up with her mind wiped of this. Yeah, well, of course, because the Goy beam has infinite respawns, and because the Goy beam is always right, the real sort of question is, how do we make the Goy beam work? You may not consider that the Goy beam was a mistake to begin with. Flavor Tachinations for $10.
Hi there, mate.
Down the sewer slide. Don't mind if I go unblock all the lard poured down the drain.
Yeah. Let it all flood in.
Titus Smegamus for $5. Thank you, mate. Did you say taxpayer-funded goat yoga for Muslims? What could go wrong? We tried teaching him animal husbandry and it always went bad. So Earl Corgi for $10.
There he is.
Thank you, mate. Non-consent sessions with male soldiers were a common thing in the global war on terror. Our allies regularly clubbed GIs on the head and had group trains on them on the regular. A big taboo. The government did not want to talk about it. Woof. Dude.
That's kind of awkward.
Yeah, well, that's what you get being close to the Israelis, man. I don't know what to tell you. Flavius Aganations for another $10. Thank you, man.
Hello there, mate.
Yeah, trust in the feds at the moment is at an all-time low. They're going to need to be abolished and replaced, in my opinion. I don't know what your Brits call glowies, by the way. We call them glowies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them glowies. Drama Ghost for $10.
Thank you, mate.
I got to get some more animated GIFs. I dream of Europeans with various pork products in hand. There will be sausage-linked nunchucks, bacon strip streamer cannons, and, of course, Vlad-style pork pikes. It will be glorious. That sounds like a good time, right? And everyone gets to eat delicious sausages afterwards. Right. That's it. Thank you so much for coming, everyone.
Very nice. I'm going to be sending the fellows over to Jake Rattlesnake, who is covering a very stressed out Parker, who is friends with Dean Withers. He looks very stressed out, so that looks enjoyable.
Dean Withers. Fuck, that's a whole other thing. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. We will be back on Tuesday. I got to have a couple of days off and rest my voice, mate. I'm gonna.
The Golem needs rest, fellas. Tomorrow, Hard R Feller stream behind the paywall, where I am going to get roasted by the fellas.
Very nice. Very nice.
So that's gonna happen. I don't sound excited. Fist doesn't sound excited. Everybody else is excited, I assure you. Okay.
See you later, everyone. Good night.
Later, y'all.